Like, I just saw XY. He looks as beautiful as the first day I met him.
Oh. Oh my. These. We're actually getting a lot of player photos that we haven't seen before. There's Majin Buu.
Yeah.
It's Triple H. Oh my god.
We've seen Triple H, I think, but I haven't seen the other two before.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Starlight Twinkle just whipping everyone out here at the very end, and they're gonna need to, Pipey. They're gonna need to, because we have a pretty intense matchup here. Of course, Invictus Gaming, they actually can't quite make it out of the group, so they can't quite make it past the playoffs. Starlight Twinkle, I believe it is possible. I believe technically, is it possible? I don't think so.
Let's just say yes. Don't
yeah.
If they win this, they win the whole thing.
They win. They win the entire world. They're gonna be champion. They're gonna be, yeah. They're gonna win Katowice.
They're gonna be the IEM world champion, and they're gonna get a portrait. Even though Oliveira didn't get a portrait. Still upset about that.
Oh, that's so sad. I didn't realize that. Yeah.
Microsoft, please.
We should make him our own portrait.
Okay, there's a few things that I'm bad at, but drawing is like #1 on the list. Like, I could be outdrawn by most children. So maybe I should do it.
No, 100%. Me too. Actually, I'm god awful at drawing, and I know a lot of
to do it.
Yeah. Oh, have you seen his drawings? Have you?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I'll message Yaku. We'll have it done by the end of the broadcast. But before we get too ahead of ourselves, before we crown the IEM Katowice champion, we need to find out who makes it into the playoffs of WTL. And yeah, our first matchup here, it's going to be a bit of a TVP, between XY and ReWhite.
Yeah, looks like we're going to be starting from the middle. Oh, would you ever eat a hot dog from the middle? I feel like it's probably not a good idea. And there's XY in the bottom right-hand corner of Gressman.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner for Starlight Twinkle, it is ReWhite. I've seen videos of that, of people just like eating things the wrong way. Like there's eating the hot dog from the middle. There's like getting a burrito and like unfolding it.
Yeah, that's pretty
that, you know? Yeah. Or
have
like,
you seen Forbidden Foods?
Forbidden, what is that? Oh no.
There'll be like like, you know, those urinal cakes. There'll be something like that, and it'll be like the forbidden mint choc chip cookie, or like you'll have like a tube of toothpaste, and it's like the forbidden icing.
Have
you eaten Forbidden Foods?
No, I've not. Okay. Have you eaten toothpaste before? Is that
not on purpose?
Fair enough.
But
oh god.
I used to be like a water on toothbrush, then toothpaste, then brush kind of person. But I've switched to toothpaste, then water. I know that's not the question, but
okay. So you go in dry.
Apparently, it's contentious.
Wait, I'm confused actually.
Toothpaste goes on dry, but it goes in my mouth wet.
Oh, okay. I see. See, yeah. I like to warm it up a little bit beforehand, and I get it wet first. Actually,
you do like a dry run. You just like brush your teeth a little bit without the toothpaste.
Oh god, no, that's not what I meant at all.
Warmed up.
That's great. That's yeah. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could. Maybe if I'm feeling frisky, you know, like putting
as a little treat.
Yeah, like putting the toothpaste onto a toothbrush that hasn't been like rinsed yet. I don't know why, but I feel like rinsing it first is like you're gonna
lubricate it.
Yeah, you know, like so it goes in easier, right? Like,
oh my god. Oh no.
Asher, it's been a while since we casted together.
It's been a while since we've casted together like this.
It's in a week. Oh god, we're getting into the TVP. Nothing too crazy early on. I say that, but mate, we got a tank. We got a medevac on the way from XY.
Yeah, XY likes doing this. It's really weird. It's not something that a lot of people like to do against Twilight openers, but it is something that he does quite a bit, and he'll like to put some aggression on. The thing that is really good about this is you're going to be forcing extra units. I mean, normally when you go for 2-gate blink, you're only wanting to go for about 5 or 6 stalkers and then get all of your infrastructure up. And if you can put on some pressure like that, sometimes you're going to force some extra units out of the Protoss that just slows their growth in that way.
Yeah, and we'll see if XY can make anything happen with this. I mean, the army is already moving out. The medevac is zooming across the map as we speak, looking to try and deny this third base. Of course, it was a 2-gate opener into the third from ReWhite. So very economic. Does mean that he may have not as much to defend. He hasn't seen this coming across the map either, by the way, so he's not quite in position.
Yeah, ReWhite's going to have very little for this. He should have Blink on and he should have that Stalker, but it can be very awkward to engage onto a tank like this with just a few Stalkers, just because... Like, you will take out the tank, but I feel like you're going to lose a lot in the process.
Oh, that's a lot of Stalkers, though. The Blink is coming into play. Marines are being chipped away at, and it looks like ReWhite should be able to clean this up without losing too much. Oh.
Yeah, he's going to lose a Stalker. And he didn't really have to make any extra units either. This didn't go too well from XY. I'm kind of having trouble picturing a world where it would have gone well, to be honest.
I feel like this was like best case scenario, right? Like it was like an economic opener from ReWhite, not too many gateways either. He had, I want to say, like 6 or 7 Stalkers, unfortunately, and yeah, it's a rough start here for XY.
Yeah, I guess he made like maybe 1 or 2 extra Stalkers, but even then, I'm pretty sure he only lost the 1, which is not ideal.
Yeah, exactly. And we have high ground vision. We blink up into the main base. We can afford to do so because 1 tank did just go down, so we have even less to work with. Oh my god, he's going to try and focus down Stim. He's going to get it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a huge deal because Stim only just started up now anyway, which is a bit weird. I feel like that's a bit late. XY is not going to have any pushing potential for a long time, and ReWhite went for a very economic opener. This is not a nice position to be in as a turn.
Do you think XY, do you think he gets his toothbrush wet?
I think he doesn't use a toothbrush.
Oh. What does he use?
I think he uses like a breadstick. It's like to do things a little bit differently.
He cleans his teeth and then he eats it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just built different. There's no punchline. This isn't funny.
You could have taken that in a lot of different ways.
I could have, yeah.
I was really curious what kind of angle you were going to go for. You said
breadstick.
I was like, oh, okay. I was like, are you trying to say, like, is he French? Is he... Okay.
Yeah, summoning the spirit of Clem. There we go.
There you go. He likes to put Clem inside him in the morning.
Okay.
He likes his breadstick, Puffy. I mean, you said it.
Baguette.
Thankfully, he's old enough now, so it's okay. We can make these jokes. As it is here, ReWhite just setting up back at home. We got a 4th base on the way, double forge as well. Nothing too crazy. This could be a little bit terrifying as well, as XY is in the midst of moving out. He's got to be careful to be caught out by the massive amount of units that ReWhite has on the map already.
Yeah, ReWhite already got a good amount of zealots, and that's going to make it very difficult if XY ever wants to move out. Just because if these tanks get caught out on the map, it's going to be pretty one-sided, I think. There's just not that much bio here. XY really has to siege up and just play it chill for a bit. But okay, here we go. We do have a bit of extra bio coming from the north. And oh, the storm drop is big, but I don't think it's really enough.
Oh, it's going to be close. It looks like there just wasn't enough on the ground. Another massive storm does connect with the Marines, does force back the army. And I want to say that was an efficient trade from ReWhite, despite not having that much on the ground.
I don't know. I mean, he only got 1 tank. As much as he got a lot of the bio, I mean, XY is going to have this position secured. I feel like I wouldn't mind this too much as either side, I guess. But I think XY came out a little bit ahead.
Okay, fair enough. Especially if he only killed one tank. I thought my eyes could be deceiving me. I thought he killed more than one tank, but it's very possible. It's very possible he did. So, if that's the case, XY is going to be able to establish his third base very nicely. You know, it's on the way. He's got a good tank line as well. And as I say that, ReWhite, he's just taking his half of the map.
Mate, he just repairs the tanks back up. Terran's broken.
True, true. Imagine being able to heal your own units like that without, like, you know, using a spell.
Imagine having to spend money.
But you have money to spare. You have mules, pup. What do you mean?
Yeah,
what do you mean?
It's free. Everything's free. As we do have him tracking back out on the map. This is a lot of Marines, and we still have some High Templar in that Prism, so he has to be really careful with the Prism.
The Prism does go down to High Templar within it as well. ReWhite falling apart a little bit here. He tries to go for a Zealot round, but he does get denied. Likewise, he tries to dive on top of the tanks. Again, gets denied. And now XY, he's got a bit of momentum.
Mate, this is some XY mental at its finest. Just drawing his sword and lying in wait and letting ReWhite fall onto his sword. XY is the master tactician, the Sun Tzu of StarCraft.
He's falling onto his breadstick.
He is, yeah. He got impaled by his breadstick.
As we do have a bit of a surround being set up here by ReWhite, but no, it goes down to the tanks already. This was a bit mistimed, but no, we have more Zealots coming in to reinforce.
Oh, yeah, I've seen this one before. Pretty good trades from XY, but I mean, as the Protoss, you don't really care about losing Zealots most of the time. If you're trading out Zealots and you're keeping your Stalkers, you're keeping your High Templar, all these important units, you're going to be pretty happy with that, as they're fairly cost efficient most of the time.
Yeah, exactly. Just such an efficient trade from ReWhite, trading minerals for gas in the end. We are now transitioning into Disruptors. Only one Disruptor for the time being. XY actually going really quickly into Liberators, though. He's already got a couple on the field, and that will help him hold on here. It will help him make up for his tank deficit, at least if he keeps him alive.
Yeah, pretty sharp play from ReWhite, though, taking out 2 Liberators for only 1 or 2 Stalkers. That's a fantastic trade, and that's going to make this a much more softened area when he comes in for this attack now.
Yeah, he is quite soft, but despite that, we have the 4th base on the way. More Liberators do join the front lines as well to solidify this position. Good EMP on some of those Disruptors as well, but ReWhite doesn't care. He's diving on in once again.
Yeah, he wants to jump on this army while it's unsieged. He will be getting some good connections. Fantastic Disruptor shot as well, and this game feels like it is just about over. He is on the precipice of breaking him.
Yeah, exactly. Where is the backbone of XY's army? Liberator's not quite in position. It looks like XY is going to barely hold on to that 4th base, but once again, loses a big chunk of army. And ReWhite, God, he's expanding like a Zerg player, Poppy. It's crazy. It's He's up on, what, 6 bases? Ay.
Yeah, he is playing this quote-unquote Gate Ape style, just playing mass gateway units. So, yeah, generally you are pretty free to just expand all over the map with this. We sometimes see Protosses having like 7 or 8 bases against a 4 or 5 base Terran. It can still be a pretty fragile style, but if you eventually get up to that stage where you have like 20 gateways, it feels pretty dominating.
Yeah. Did you watch Showdown versus Vinita this week? Did you?
I think I did, but it's not ringing a bell right now.
Okay, it was on this map, and as you said, it was Vinita on like 4 bases.
Oh, yeah.
Showdown had like 9. Yeah.
I think that's actually what I'm thinking of, yeah.
Yeah. I felt so bad. Vinita was playing so well as well. Like, it was crazy. He was trading so damn efficiently despite being down like 5 bases. And then he just looked like one too many Novas to the face. I felt so bad. I wanted to hug.
It's so sad when you're in like, you feel like you're in a good spot, you're taking good trades. Yeah. And you're noticing that every time the army comes back, it's a little bigger than before, and you're like, you must have a very big economy.
Yeah, I think it was almost BM when Showdown was expanding and taking bases in front of Vinita. He was taking, like, in this position, he was taking top right. He was taking the top right end corner base. It's crazy.
It's a good move.
Yeah. As we have a massive storm drop into the 3rd base, 11 SCVs go down.
Yeah, getting a bit fancy with it, and big warp into the main now, and XY is getting spread thin. This is where this style becomes very difficult, because microing against Zealots in 2 places at once is near impossible.
Yeah, meanwhile, once again, massive storms of the Bio Army in the main base. Likewise, we're trying to push into the 3rd base, but no, the Liberators are actually staying strong. XY having a good fight at that 3rd.
Yeah, the storm landed big time, but we saw 4 Disruptors going down without any of them getting their shots off, but this warping into the main is getting out of control.
Yeah, a lot of SCVs are going down. The production is being camped as well. Liberators are going to be coming back, but they're getting taken out one after the other. XY is having a hard time reclaiming control of his main.
Yeah, he is, in fact, being outproduced in his own main. So, Stormgate, take notes. Don't do this.
As 20 more SCVs fall, we do see the third base being broken. I say that the bunker is standing strong here. XY fighting his heart out, trying to barely hold on. But even if he does, we're going to be getting another wave of reinforcements. The Prism is still alive. Thankfully, not Siege, so these Zelts are finally being cleaned up.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about it just before. Taking what feels like good trades against a Protoss that has a much bigger economy than you thought. ReWhite's on 94 probes.
It is wild. He has just such a booming economy. What's really holding him back is most likely his production, but he just warps him back at home. He's got another army ready to go. He's got 4 Disruptors, High Templar, a mass amount of Gateways, a mass amount of Zealots, and Stalkers.
Yeah, this is filth right here, as we do have those extra Liberators coming on out, and pretty huge amount of units here. ReWhite does have to be careful, doesn't want to be losing all these units at once, but I think this is going to be the nail in the coffin. This warp in the main is just way too big. XY does not have the army to split between these two.
He just does not have enough. The main base is just falling in favor of ReWhite. Another massive storm. GG gets called, and ReWhite takes game number 1.
What is going on with the camera of ReWhite?
For a moment there, it was censoring everything other than his monitor. It was it's very interesting.
Very postmodern, yeah.
There you go, mate. There you go. But yeah, you know, he just wants to make sure that no one knows how much of a weep he is. He's just hiding his anime figures on those shelves in the background. And with that, he does take game 1. Does take it.
Yeah, there we go. Game 1 in the books, and XY is not going to be phased. He has that king mindset. He actually wanted this to happen.
I like how you couldn't even get through that sentence. I understand what he likes it, Puppy. You know, XY, he likes being behind from time to time, and you know what? It's all good because the comeback will soon be upon us, I'm sure. I hope so, because Invictus Gaming, they've had a rough season. They are one of the teams that cannot make it into the playoffs. They've lost every single series so far. And really, this match would be a great moment for them to at least fight back in some way and you know, puts a point on the board when it comes to their standings. And XY is kind of the player that we were both looking at, I imagine, or that a lot of people were looking at to actually fight back here for his team. But if XY falls here and now, it doesn't bode well.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, Nice and Cham are extremely powerful players. They're players we're seeing take games off some of the top players in this league. So they're going to be pretty difficult to overcome here. So I'm hoping for IG that XY is at least going to be able to take the second game here.
Oh, yeah. I hope so. As it is going to be his map of choice, and he's going to be going for Royal Blood.
Just having a little peek at the standings as well. Oh, yeah. I don't think Starlight can qualify.
I don't think so either. It's really weird because
they're not highlighted though.
Yeah, the highlighting. Yeah. It's weird because like Onside and Basilisk should be highlighted, but I guess. Oh, okay. So the only highlight. Okay, I understand. All right, so they're not highlighted because they can't make it through, but Starlight and Berserker can still switch spots. Yeah, they can get relegated still. Yeah, exactly. So if Starlight loses series, they can get knocked down to 11th place instead of 10th, and bottom 2 they get relegated, as you were saying. Yeah, I think it's if Starlight loses and Berserker wins. Yes. Because Berserker's upper point, so if they win, they actually go ahead of Starlight. Exactly. So this is important for Starlight Twinkle, not so they can make it to playoffs, but so they can avoid relegation, so they can avoid being relegated to Code A, where they would have to fight for their actual spot in World Team League. Yeah, it's actually a pretty important match. Oh, yeah. I am champions. It's all on the line. It is all on the line. Oh boy, so IG may not be able to make it out, but they can bring Starlight Twinkle down, and that is going to be their goal here, and we'll see if they can. As you were saying, XY, he's the king of mental. You know, I'm sure his brain is looking quite strong right now, and maybe he's going to have a little bit more of a nibble of that breadstick before he jumps into this next game. Wait, what does that mean?
What do you mean by that? Like,
I don't know, Poppy. I'm just thinking of toothbrushes. That's all I'm thinking of.
okay.
I was about to say, do you have you heard that apparently the correct way to brush your teeth is you're not meant to rinse after you brush your teeth?
No, sure.
We can get into that. Swatting in the top right hand corner of Royal Blood. For IG, it is XY.
And the bottom left hand corner of the map for Starlight Twinkle, it is ReWhite.
No way, mate. What's going on?
Sure. You've lost your mind. You're coping.
Have you not heard that before? Have you not?
No. That's what you do at the dentist, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure toothpaste isn't very healthy. I wouldn't want to not rinse it.
Just eat it, mate. Just eat it. So apparently, the way it works is when you brush your teeth.
Coats your teeth, yeah.
Yeah, it coats your teeth and it puts like fluoride on your teeth, and you're actually meant to let it stay on.
No.
And if you rinse it, then it just kind of nullifies the effectiveness of the fluoride. Apparently that's the thing. I mean, apparently that's what you're meant to do. But I rinse because it's weird. It's weird to just leave it on. It feels unnatural.
I think you're trolling.
Look, I'm not trolling. That's what they say. Hey.
We have the CC going down. Pretty standard stuff. Going to be a marine opener once again for XY. He's not going to get the probe. Oh, it's so close.
The probe is barely going to be able to escape. As you were saying, to have that CC on the low ground. And oh boy. All right. Asher, you're in XY's shoes, okay? You have his shoes for the day. You took him. You can do whatever you want with them. What do we do here in game 2? You're the potential... Excuse me?
Nothing. What did ReWhite do last game? Oh, he went Link. But this game is playing Stargate. I would just not do what he did.
You did not go for the tank shop? That's all you...
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, I feel like on this map, there's a lot of stuff you can make work. Like, this is probably one of my preferred maps for TVP. Just because it's a reasonably short rush distance and you've got lots of flat areas to take fights in, which is always going to be nice.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's a good reason as to why XY did, of course, pick this map, and I can definitely get behind your sentiment of not going for the tank drop, as the Adept is going to make it out, question mark? Oh.
I'm pretty sure it's doing the tank drop again.
Do we have the add-on swap, Papi? Do we
XY,
not have
you're a fool.
Yeah, the tank's on the way.
Either a tank drop or it's a fast raven, but I think it's a tank drop.
Yeah. I think you're a couple seconds behind us as well.
Yeah, I see the tank now. Yeah, it's a tank drop. That's cursed.
I mean, it has to work sometimes, right? Like,
I think it's actually going to be a lot better versus this.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we have an Oracle on the way first coming out from ReWhite, not a Phoenix. For the time being, he's going to be in the dark. He should have a lot less on the ground as well to deal with this tank. So maybe XY can make some magic happen.
Yeah, I'm not sure if XY scouted what it is, but if he does know what it is, he can rally in, or now he knows, he can rally Cyclone Viking behind this and actually have a pretty strong pressure. And often we see players doing that and then going into a 3CC. So he's got some good options here.
Does have some options. As you were saying, from that revelation, ReWhite is fully aware of what's coming his way. He's getting ready back at home. We have a shield battery in production at the natural base. We have Phoenixes on the way. We have a couple of Adepts as well. Is this going to be enough? Can ReWhite hold this time?
Yeah, there's a couple Oracles. Looks like XY is kind of searching around with the Hellion, trying to find any stasis traps if he can, but not going to be anything of the sort. There is no shield battery here, so this could get quite dangerous. Looks like ReWhite's going to try to use these shades just to force a bit of splash and actually pick up the Phoenix as well. This is going to be really close.
It really is. I mean, the Marines are going to be going down. The tank doing what it can as well. Forced to unsiege to avoid the friendly fire, but with the defensive warp in, it looks like ReWhite should barely have enough. Up.
Yeah, he just has enough. There's some neat micro here trying to get the most out of these units. but in the end, it is going to be almost pushed back. This is really close, and I'm kind of interested what's happening behind this for XY. I would like this a lot more if he had a third CC coming up behind this, but looks like instead going to be going for the 3-racks transition, which I think it's okay here, but considering how many units he's trading out, I feel like he would have been safe to go through CC.
Yeah, definitely. Alas, he is going for the additional maxes instead. Meanwhile, here come the adepts, the reinforcements, I should say, and the tanks are being hunted down. We're going to be losing the Phoenix, but the ground army has been cleaned up, and ReWhite does hold on to his third base.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he's been forced to warp in a lot of adepts here, so not ideal for him. Behind this, XY's just been pumping tanks, actually, and has almost a mech-looking army here. I'm not really sure what he wants to do with this right now, but it does mean that he will have himself set up for a pretty nice push later on.
Yeah, I mean, he's already sending everything across the map, but this is going to get spotted by the adepts, by the shades as well. 3 tanks are making their way across the map. Stim is not done. Marines are falling here as they move out, and this time ReWhite, I believe, will have a shield battery at the third.
Yeah, this is a wild decision. I mean, if there's enough Phoenix, there's just not really going to be enough to pick up the tanks, but it looks like XY actually just pressuring, pushing the units back, maybe forcing a little bit of a response out from ReWhite, so I do like that.
Yeah, it did force a lot of warp-ins once again from ReWhite. Maybe an overreaction, or maybe not. We'll see if he's going to be able to make use of that army, as the Oracles are going to get eyes on the tanks. They throw down that Revelation. They are able to confirm that XY is staying at home.
Yeah, once again, going to be setting up the tanks, going to be going for this more turtle kind of style over here at the third CC. Almost reminds me a little bit of Dream. But he is going to be adding on some turrets as well and just playing things very safely from here, which I do worry that ReWhite's going to be able to outgrow him quite rapidly. We already see a second Forge being added on, Charge on the way, 4th Nexus. Could even go for a pretty quick 5th Nexus off this as well, because XY just doesn't have much aggressive potential.
Yeah, exactly, and with that, ReWhite can be so very greedy, at the same time looking to threaten the Shade. He's going to be committing to the Shade, by the way. He's diving on top of these tanks. The Oracles are going ham, cleaning up these Marines. There is no Stim, by the way. Is this worth it?
The friendly fire Shades, the Oracles come in, they finish the job while the Oracle keeps, while the Phoenix keeps the Viking distracted. It was very fancy, but I don't know if it was worth it. I mean, I think we lost 7 adepts there for 2 tanks. It's pretty close, but I don't know. That doesn't feel great, does it?
Yeah, it's like yeah, you reset the tank count, or I mean, you put a dent in the tank count, I should say, and adepts don't scale well into the mid game either. But it does feel like ReWhite is really vulnerable now. That was like almost their entire army. So I would be concerned if XY were to push out, but for the time being, he's not. Oh no, never mind, he is.
Yeah, the third Oracle is really interesting as well. I'm surprised that he's not laying down stasis traps. I'm not really sure why you go for multiple Oracles in this matchup unless you're going to be laying down a lot of stasis traps. But here we go. The Mind Drop does come in, and there's no reaction whatsoever.
Oh, 9 probes do go down at the same time. We do have massive Mind Traps connecting with the Zealots in the center of the map. XY in the midst of pushing out, but he does get scattered by ReWhite, and ReWhite has another Southern army as well. He's going to be surrounding this. He's going to be cleaning up at least the Marines.
Oh yeah, brutal cleanup, and XY is being pushed back. He is on the ropes now. He's going to be falling back towards his tanks, but tanks not really that great versus Mass Zealot, especially if you have Phoenix there to pick them up.
Yeah, and the tanks will be falling. It looks like the reinforcements, the Ghosts and the Marines, are going to be able to barely hold on to that third base, but once again, the tank count is reset. With that, XY has lost a lot of his pushing power. With that, ReWhite is going to be able to safely expand and take another base.
Yeah, there we go. That 5th base is going to be coming up, and behind this, ReWhite is very comfortable. XY is going to be sneaking out a little bit of a Mind Drop, so doing what he can to get back in this, but it can be a little bit marginal sometimes, this kind of damage, especially this late in the game. I mean, our Liberator is going to be fantastic because you completely deny mining, but something like mines, sometimes you just pull off, set those mines off, and then you're back to mining, and 5 Nexus can produce probes extremely fast.
Yeah, but what if we don't have 5 Nexus? I mean, we have a Mind Drop head towards the third base. We have the main army head towards that 4th base as well. A lot of workers are going to be going down, and we'll see what else XY can get done.
Yeah, amazing connections there. 15 workers going down, so XY going to be rocketing up in supply, and another Mind Drop. XY playing out of his mind, but the Zealot run by is going to be doing a huge amount of damage, and equalizing amount of damage in the third.
Yeah, 22 probes go down in total. Meanwhile, these Zealots are they're gonna get cleaned up. We only lose 7 SCVs across the map. XY doing a decent job here at cleaning things up, and yeah, now he's got a bit of momentum going his way.
Yeah, kind of feels like XY might be doing it. He has a really good amount of momentum, especially with this kind of mass gateway style. You do not want to be on the back foot.
Yeah, you really do not. It's so momentum-based. ReWhite is getting ready for us around, though. He has Zealots here on the left-hand side. He has Zealots on the right as well. Force fields are thrown down, just completely trapping that army.
Oh, yeah, beautiful stuff. And meanwhile, at the same time, we are having a little bit of a Zealot run by happening back at the third. Going to be getting even more damage. 15 workers going down in total. Suddenly, everything is falling apart for XY.
Yeah, it was a really good moment for XY. He was almost able to capitalize on it, but alas, that fight did not go well at all. He has all these mines, but with the revelation, they are all going to get cleaned up as well.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And it looks like he's going to try to regroup over towards his base here. We do see another one of those mine drops being split off. They have been so successful for him so far, but that's a very low health medevac. This is pretty risky.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? High risk, high reward. He's got to do something to come back in this game. He's so far behind in the economy, in the army, in quite a lot of aspects. It looks like the mine drop, though, is not going to be successful. Does get zoned away, does get pushed away, and the Zealot run-bys, they just don't stop.
Yeah, I actually would have really liked it if XY maybe used the mines a little bit more with the army and had perhaps some liberators for harass, because there's just not really that much anti-air with the army of ReWhite.
Yeah, it's so Zealot heavy, not so much Phoenixes, not so much Stalkers. Meanwhile, the Zealot Runway gets 12, 13 SCVs. We have a massive counterattack though, and we're going to be able to get quite a lot of damage done.
Yeah, really solid damage, but the Colossus transition is underway here, but you can see there's just no anti-air. I mean, we have 2 Blink Stalkers and a few sentries, so XY should be starting to think about abusing this.
Yeah, XY, unfortunately. I mean, he's working towards Vikings because of those Colossi at least. But as you were saying, Liberators are currently not on the mine, despite how well they could work right now, whether it's harassing across the map or even being incorporated into the main army. And it's really difficult as well, just because ReWhite, I'm sure he's going to be looking to push out soon. Extend Dominance is about to kick in.
Yeah, I mean, this Colossus transition is a really key moment for these kind of builds where suddenly you can secure everything, you can have everything under control, and you become really difficult to break, considering you have so many Zealots and then this splash on top of that.
Yeah, exactly, and especially when you're coming at this from an advantageous position, or from being ahead as well, as he still does maintain that economic lead. XY forced to back off, at least cleaned up a lot of those Zealots without them doing too much damage, as he does push out across the map once again. It looks like ReWhite is a bit out of position. Observer will spot this though.
Yeah, Observer sees to move out. We still have those Colossus. There's really not that many Vikings. Big recall is committed here, so this is going to be a pretty difficult fight for XY, especially with such a marine-heavy army. Looks like he's just going to shave off a few units, see what he can do here, and then back off. But no, he's going to be committing to this fight.
Yeah, there's not a lot on the ground to support these Colossi. The Vikings doing a lot of damage as well, and we're going to be able to get on top of this army.
Yeah, everything is going down. These Colossus, they're doing some serious work here, but only the 1 battery to fall back on. The Vikings almost taking out this Colossus, and they are going to be taking this base out on the left here. Suddenly things looking fantastic for XY. I'm not sure if ReWhite can recover from this.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he does have Disruptors on the way. He's going to need some money. Novas, though, if he wants to hold on. The last Colossus is going to go down to those Vikings. Another barely does join the fray. Can we hold on to this 4th base? There's a shield battery, but it's too far behind. GG gets called!
GG. No reaction, of course. Expected. Stoic, as always.
Yeah, exactly. He knew that he was, of course, just setting up to win a game at number 2 and making a show of it as well, just for the fans, just for the viewers. Very back and forth, but, you know, obviously XY, he knew that he was going to win.
Yeah, I mean, this was all planned. He wrote this thousands of years ago.
'Twas written in his book. That's in what's it
Can't
called?
remember the name.
The XY Art of War, if you will. There you go. There you go. And yeah, with that, we have a tied up 1-1 series here. So not a bad, I guess not a bad start, but we were talking about it earlier about how was very important for IG for XY to kind of kick things off running for his team. He is the ace player for a reason. He is kind of the team captain for IG, and as a result, there's a little more pressure on both MacSed and BreakingGG moving forward in this series.
On who?
Oh, MacSed.
Oh.
Hey.
Okay, I got a bit confused there.
Oh, sorry, I misspoke. I don't know what got over me. My apologies.
I think I might know. As we do have, coming up against Cham, it's going to be, a man of many talents. He is a StarCraft player, but he's also, he's a fireman. Mm-hmm. He's a teacher.
Yeah.
He's an astronaut.
Yeah.
He's been to space, of course.
Yeah.
That's where he got that suit from.
He's a plumber. He's an electrician. Mm-hmm. I think I've seen him in a business suit. I think he's I've seen him out of a business suit as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
He's got the D.
Excuse me?
His ranking. He's got the D.
He does have the D. Yeah.
And Cham has got the C.
Excuse me?
C for Cham.
Yeah, he does have the C.
What could that even mean?
He's got the chest, Papi. He's got the chest. Oh.
I think. Okay, so let me set the scene here. I think what's happened is.
All right, set up the scene. Which one?
Cham's come home.
Okay.
Cham's come home and he sees MacSed, the pool cleaner. He was just meant to be cleaning the pool. So what's he doing inside? He just had one job. I thought he'd be done by now, and then Mrs. Cham there with MacSed. I think we're gonna have to fight this one out.
He walks in on MacSed and Juanito. They're working out together, Papi. They're
not wearing shirts because it's hot and sweaty.
It sounds like they're working out. They're in the gym room, and
a lot of grunting.
And we are here. We are here to bear witness, to broadcast that scene before you all today. Oh no!
I think that's why they're playing on ancient cistern, because he's a plumber. He has to clean out the ancient.
He does. He does have to clean it. He's just doing his job. It's okay. It's fine.
Okay, there's our alternate story. Okay. What's actually happened is there's a Zerg infestation at the ancient cistern. Yeah, in the pipes, and we need a plumber. Mm-hmm. So we've called MacSed. Oh, and here he is, in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. It is the blue Protoss for Invictus Gaming. MacSed.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of ancient cistern, we have his opponent for Starlight Twinkle. It is Cham.
And he's angry.
He doesn't want to get out of the pipes, Papi. He likes it there. He likes it. Leave him in. Is that where you're going with it, by the way? Is Cham in the pipes?
I don't know. Is that where we should take it?
I don't know where this is going anymore.
Okay.
I just like the idea of there's been a lot of inside jokes so far. There's a lot of people tuning in. Like, the hell are they talking about? Oh, don't worry about it. Just go along with it. It's fine.
Yeah, just enjoy it. You just have to suspend the disbelief a little bit. Like,
yeah,
I know it seems crazy that he could have all of these jobs, but he's a very talented man.
He is very talented. I've seen his talent.
Yeah, I hate to see it.
Oh, he's working so much, he's tired. He just yawned. It's been a long day.
It has.
Oh god, as you do have a hatch gas. Standard openers all around. Hatch gas pull from Cham. 4 safety on natural. No 14 hatch, no 15 hatch. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. And I do think this was more of a difficult prediction to make here. I'm putting you on the spot, Asher. What did you go for MacSed versus Cham? Because they're two pretty top tier players.
I feel like I put 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah, I had 1-1.
Mm.
I put 2-0 for XY over ReWhite.
Yeah, and I think I went for 1-1 as well. Like it's really difficult to judge right now because MacSed is doing quite well for himself. You know, he's been putting in some good work for his teams. Likewise, Cham as well for Starlight Twinkle has really stepped it up here in the absence of Spirit. But yeah, I don't know. It's just so hard to call. You know, MacSed, he can just be so solid, and I've seen Cham fall sometimes to some of these more defensive Protoss players. If they can survive the aggression of Cham early on, and if they get into the mid game in a really good position, then MacSed, he can be looking to take a game on Ancient.
Yeah, that's right. But kicking things off, we do have Stargate opener coming out from MacSed. He's going to be opening up with a Void Ray, which is pretty unusual. We have seen some people mixing back in a bit of Sky Toss, but I don't think this is the best map for it. I feel like this is probably just going to be a Void Ray into Oracles.
I hope so. Void Ray first is going to be really interesting here from MacSed, but as you were saying, there should be an Oracle after it. So the goal here is to deny scouting, is to shut down these Overlords and keep Cham in the dark, keep him guessing. Could even be something a little bit different if we decide to go for, say, a faster Twilight Council, to go into a faster Glaive Adept push or something like that. That could be hidden behind this Void Ray.
Yeah, it certainly could. Yep, there we go. The Oracle going to be coming out behind that. So we have been seeing a lot of players mix this up, going for either a Void Ray or a Phoenix first before they go for their Oracles, just to clear out those Overlords.
Yeah, the first Overlord does already go down. At the same time, Cham does make a wave of Lings, is zooming across map, but the wall is a wall. So far, no damage is dealt. Lynx can maybe try to force a cancel on this third, but the Void Ray is in position and Cham has to back off.
Yeah, with that, he will get a pretty good idea of everything that's going on here behind this. We do see that very standard transition coming out from MacSed. It is going to be the Twilight and the Forge, so this is usually going to be for Blinken +1 here.
Yeah, so this is going to be a very defensive and a very tech-heavy opener from MacSed, because I believe he only made a single Oracle, Void Ray into just one Oracle, so he's not going to be focusing too much on harassing across the map. He's going to be preserving a lot more of this gas to get into not just the Twilight Council and the Forge, but also a very fast Robo as well with this as well.
Yeah, he cleans out that Overlord. This is what the Void Ray is for. It's for cleaning out the pipes, getting everything out of here, all this icky Zerg.
Get in there, Papi, get in there. With your Void Ray.
Yeah, looks like another Overlord going to be cleaned out, actually. So this has been a pretty good Void Ray so far. I think it's 3 Overlords that's gone down.
Yeah, 3 Overlords, not too bad. Do you open Void Ray in PvZ?
I don't think I've made a Void Ray. I don't think if I've made them in either of the other matchups. I've made one before to defend like a speed road troll in.
Okay.
Like a speedling road troll in. I think.
Yeah.
But no, I don't really like them. I mean, they're pretty bad now, to be honest.
I mean, they have their uses, definitely. Even when you go Skytoss, you don't make Void Rays. Crazy.
Oh, no, I did have a game where I made a bunch. Yeah, that was funny because the corruptors came to fight all my units, and then I pressed the button that makes the beam bigger, and then all the corruptors were gone.
Yeah, you made the kill everything. You pressed the kill everything button.
I don't think I've seen anything in StarCraft die that fast.
Wait, I would attest you to just make some Void Rays and click that button on some hatcheries, and you'll be surprised, man. You'll be
yeah, it's pretty intense. I wasn't quite ready for that sort of power. I'm used to the little tin cans, the Marines that just pew 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 pew, and it's kind of weird to wield power.
You've gotten a taste, and we'll see if you want some more. As MacSed is going for a bit of a later Archon drop here, we're going to be warping in some charge lots alongside this as well. It was a charge open, not a blink. And with this, we're going to be able to get quite a bit of damage as well. He should be able to preserve those Archons as they are being focused out.
Okay, yep, he's on top of it. They looked a little bit scary for a moment there, but he is going to be putting this pressure on. Unfortunately for him, Cham, a bit of a stylistic player himself, goes quite heavy on roaches, kind of regardless of what's going on, and he's going to be very well set up for this.
Yeah, exactly. +1 range is already on the way. Queens are falling, though, as we do have another drop in towards that 4th base. Not too much economic damage is being done, but we are denying some mining time here. We don't quite get the Queens. We are able to transfuse in time, but a massive stage trap goes off in the main.
Wow, yeah, I really like how MacSed's playing this. We had the double stasis trap actually. Going to be stasising, I believe, just one more drone on top of that. But Cham feels the momentum a little bit, feels the inclination to get his own push going, and we'll be heading out across the map with these roaches. And I'm a little bit worried that MacSed doesn't have too much bulk to his army.
That's the thing. MacSed has been, again, taking up so much. He doesn't really have too much of an army to speak of right now. He's got the one Void Ray in the sky. He's got 2 Archons. Overcharge is going to be popped at the 3rd base. Disruptors are coming out.
Yeah, Disruptors are going to be on the way, but it's only going to be 1 or 2 for the moment. And, oh, I love this Changeling block. That's so effective here as well for Cham. We do see some of those lings getting shaved off, but the Roaches, the critical mass here is preserved.
Yeah, so far it is preserved. Once again, Cham dives back in. Now that the Overcharge has run out, he can get on top of these Archons. Zelt's going to be playing some time, but as the Zelts go down, he can get on top of this army. MacSed knows that he does back off. He does hold on to his high-tech units.
Yeah, this is starting to look a little better for MacSed. Cham's just having trouble really finding the damage, and these Zealots are slowly shaving off the numbers, as is the Void Ray.
Oh, yeah, exactly. The Novas are dodged, but as we can see, these Roaches, I feel like they've definitely overstayed their welcome. They are going down for free to this Void Ray, and MacSed is going to completely shut this down. Cham, thankfully, though, has been droning up quite heavily behind this, and he's already hit that 80 worker mark. He's already droned up quite well.
Yeah, MacSed puts that Cockroach Exterminator hat on, and he will be pushing these all back. He's done a very good job, and I think we'll have to pay him handsomely. But behind this, as you were saying, Cham droning up really healthily, has those Hydras on the way, has a Lurker Den on the way as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty good transition for him, making use of those range upgrades, transitioning into the Lurkers, transitioning into Hive Tech, Vipers, as well as he has recognized that the game is going to be going on and he needs an answer for those Disruptors. So the game is going to be slowed down a little bit here. MacSed, he's been able to accomplish his goal of taking up into these Disruptors and surviving.
Yeah, that's right. Since he can do it fast and he can do it slow when the time comes for it.
Aye. I haven't made homemade lemonade in a long time. I should.
Oh,
It's good. You said we have to reward him for the hard work he's done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
With some homemade lemonade. It's usually what I go for.
It's good. I don't know if you made any before. It's good stuff.
I haven't. Have you?
You haven't? Yeah. As I just said. Lemons, water, sugar.
Oh, you literally just like squeeze lemons into water?
Yeah. That's how you make lemonade.
I guess you never said if your lemonade's good. You just said
good.
that you made it.
It's good. Just make sure the ratio is right as well.
Okay.
It's good. I'll make some for you.
Okay. I'll try to earn it.
I'll make some. Yeah. Work for it, Papa.
As we do have MacSed heading out across the map. He's got this Archon Immortal timing for himself, and it's looking pretty threatening, not least because of this very cool Archon. Like,
yeah, exactly. A very beefy army here, very tech heavy as well with these Archons, Immortals, and Disruptors. That's a lot of Disruptors. Do we have the Vipers ready for this? If not, then Cham is going to be in a lot of trouble. He does have a couple of these Lurkers, but not too many. He's not ready for it.
yeah, I don't think this is enough. We have the Disruptors getting sent out, taking down these Lurkers. There's a few more towards the back, but we do have the Oracle revealing those, so he's going to know where to send those Disruptors as this base is taken out. And this is a sturdy army for MacSed, but he does have to be really careful with it. Looks like he's going to be coming to the fire.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to protect these Lurkers. We need a buffer. We need Ling Bait. We need Roaches. We need something. The drones, they come back to the Archons. They're going to get annihilated. At the same time, the Novas go off as well on top of those Lurkers.
Oh, that's a lot of drones. That's 40 drones. I don't think we're coming back from this one.
I don't think so either, as MacSed is forcing his way into the natural base. Cham losing his economy, losing his army. He's been working up towards those Lurkers, and I believe every single Lurker has gone down.
The Protoss Parade is just shoving on through. Drones are being pulled into Archons. You hate to see it. Disruptor's going to be forcing those Roaches to move and not shoot. Everything goes down, and MacSed takes the first one. Oh, let's go.
He's zooming. He's dancing, Poppy. He's happy. Let's go.
Dabbing on him.
And yeah, MacSed with that, he takes game number 1. Again, Cham was so committed when it came to his initial Roach push as well, his Roach Link push, if you recall. And it did feel like he stuck around a little bit too long once he recognized he couldn't quite break his opponent. And with that, MacSed, he got away with like this Showtime or this Creator-esque style of being very defensive early on, outside of the Archon harass, of course, but just building up this massive death ball of a ground toss army.
Yeah, I suppose it kind of brushed over it in the end, but that was a pretty sick hold from MacSed. I mean, he had a couple Archons, a few Zealots, and a Disruptor when that turned up. And he just kind of slowly chipped away at it, didn't really give Cham an opening to fully commit to anything. And yeah, with that, we are going to be going on to map 2. Altitude's been a bit of a favorite for Cham.
It really has been. I mean, that style that we saw from MacSed is going to be more difficult to execute on altitude. The bases are more spread out, a little bit more open. There are more avenues of attack. So if Cham wanted to try to hit MacSed a little bit early on, then he can find some success on altitude. Or we could try and take up in a bit of a different direction.
Now, I did give you an offer today, Light.
Oh, you did? Wait, what?
But if you sent me a custard pie from McDonald's that I would cast with no pants on, what happened, Papi?
I didn't even know custard pies were a thing. What?
Yeah, they're new. I'm so keen to get one.
Are they good? Have you tried one?
No, I don't know. I haven't tried one, and I don't know.
Okay, well, what if I order myself a custard pie? Would you take it then?
Maybe. It depends how much you enjoy it.
I mean, the apple pies. The apple pies have always been good from Macca's, but custard pie.
Yeah, I mean, they had a creme brulee pie a little while ago, and that was fantastic. That was really good. And you can get them in McFlurries as well. They just like chop them up and put them in the ice cream. It's glorious. Speaking of glorious, here in the top right-hand corner of altitude, we have MacSed.
And spawning the left-hand corner of altitude, we have his opponent from Mexico. It is Cham for Starlight Twinkle. So there's a raspberry and custard pie. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a raspberry and custard pie McFlurry.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm not hungry though. Like I just ate before the cast.
A likely story.
I could squeeze it in there. Oh god. What would MacSed do? What would he do?
He'd make it fit. He always makes it fit.
Oh god. Alright. You've convinced me, Bob. You've convinced me. Oh god. Yeah. It's been a while. I haven't had a McFlurry from Macca's in a long time. Should I get a coffee as well?
Are you intending to sleep?
My sleep has been ruined since Home Story Cup, and it still hasn't been fixed. Feels bad, man.
That's rough. Yeah.
Not good. But here we go. Diving into game number 2 so far. Nothing too crazy going on yet, other than the fact that Cham, I don't know if you saw, he took his natural. It's crazy.
Yeah, it looks like he was allowed to do that. I think it does kind of make sense. I mean, you have to send your probe so early on this map to get the block off.
What else do I order though? Like I can't just order like a McFlurry and like a custard pie.
Just a chips. Just a medium chips.
Chips?
Yeah.
Are you one of those people? I think we've had this conversation before. Are you one of those people that like?
Okay.
A lot of people do that, and like I could never wrap my head around it. It's crazy.
It kind of makes sense. Like it tastes pretty good, but I feel like you're making both of them slightly worse. Like you just have less chips and less ice cream.
I think it's like a poor man's like fried ice cream. That's what that is, right?
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I
You
think
might be overthinking it there.
maybe. I don't know. I feel like the people that typically put like chips in ice cream are the people that.
Poor. If you put chips in ice cream, we're judging you. You're poor.
That's not where
Get
I
some
was
money.
going at all. Oh my god.
Eat them separate, like a baller.
Ay. I'm gonna get some nuggets. That's what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get some nuggets. And some chips.
Yeah.
Right.
As yeah, interestingly, oh, this is not something we see too often. It's actually going to be a DT drop opener from MacSed.
Yeah, okay. MacSed switching things up quite heavily here. He's also got 4 gateways on the way, or he's got 3 gates in addition to the one that's already done. So this is going to be very interesting from MacSed. We'll see how hard he does commit. Cham going for a very fast lair. My god, that was like, what, a 3-minute 30 lair? Jesus. It's going all in.
Yeah. I feel a bit weird about this opener that MacSed's gone for, just because I feel like Cham's pretty much the worst person to do these kind of things against, because he just likes to make roaches in a fast lair anyway.
Yeah, I mean, he's already got detection. He has an overseer. He has an overseer with his army, I think it's with his army. I don't know if it's across. Yeah, it's with his army, and the DTs, they just get shut down.
Hey, he's hacking.
It's crazy.
You've seen this episode of Mixed Sins before.
Oh my god. I mean, we like to rewatch them sometimes. It's it's okay. But yeah, Cham just shutting this down. He already has roach speed on the way, by the way. So once he cleans up this army, once he cleans up the adepts, and once the DTs go home, he can go for a massive counterattack.
Yeah, he does have the potential for that counterattack, and it's going to be pretty scary to deal with. I mean, we have already Immortals being chronoed out, but Cham behind this taking an extra base. He will be able to put this pressure on and then drone behind it, but MacSed he doesn't want to let him have that time. He is going to be committing to a little bit more pressure with the Archon drop.
Yeah, exactly. The drop has arrived, and it's so important. It's so imperative that this drop keeps Cham busy across the map, keeps him busy at home. Without that, again, MacSed would be in a lot of trouble, and so far he's making do with what he has. Meanwhile, Cham throws down a Spire.
Okay, and Cham does love his Spire, especially on this map, and especially against drop play like this. So this is all looking pretty good for Cham. I feel like he's gotten to do basically what he likes doing here, and he's going to be pretty comfortable.
Yeah, it's really sick to see this all come to fruition here for Cham. Again, even though you could argue like, he's not going to be able to make full use of his roach speed. Well, I mean, he can at least use it to keep up with the drops. And again, he's at least keeping MacSed's attention on the roaches, because he did see them, start to speed up a little bit more. He is on notice. Last thing he would expect are going to be mutants.
He saw those roaches. They started doing the little power walk, and he was like, these guys have got somewhere to be.
Exactly, and he's preparing back at home. We have shield batteries on the way. We have a couple of sentries. Oh, actually, MacSed is pushing out across the map. Bold move. He has 3 Immortals. This is quite a hefty army.
I've seen this before. This is it's been creators' go-to lately when he wants to throw a game where he kills 20 workers at the start.
I mean, here we go. We have the army pushing on forward towards the 3rd base. Ravagers are here to meet him. Cham has to be really willing to give up the space, by the way, because we have a lot of Immortals with this army.
Yeah, we're looking pretty good here. The force field's not quite what we were after, but the base is going to be going down regardless. All these units have been preserved, which is, of course, extremely important. We still have a few more force fields, a few more bullets in the chamber.
Yeah, exactly. We have more force fields available. MacSed, if he wants to, could even try to maybe even dive into the main base. For the time being, he's going to take down this hatchery. He's going to be content. He backs off. Meanwhile, we have a roach counterattack hitting this 3rd base. Not the most saturated 3rd, but there's nothing here to defend.
Yeah, really nice run by. I love the timing on this from Cham, and he's just going to be extending that economic lead that he already has. Meanwhile, we saw this before from MacSed. He's very good at splitting up his army and going for this multi-pronged harass, and he makes things very difficult for Cham, because as much as Cham can push this back with the roaches, he can't really ultimately deal with it.
Exactly, we just pick up and leave. 6 drones go down to equalize the damage that MacSed just took. On top of that, Cham is in a more rougher state as he did lose his 3rd base. He's gonna have to he's gonna have to try to reclaim it, but the mutas are on the way, and even though MacSed did a lot of damage, he did not scout the tech.
Yeah, okay, so despite dipping in, getting all that damage, he didn't see what he needs to see, and he didn't see that he's gonna need to get out of here pretty soon. I mean, Immortal Prism, that is not what you want to have flying around here as those mutas pop. There we go, the mutas have it popped, and this Prism is in some serious trouble. He is going to get the recall in time. There's not enough mutas to DPS it down, but it was pretty close.
Yeah, that was a rough decision to make. Cham could have either left that Prism alive and gone across the map or gone for the Prism itself. Now, MacSed
say his name.
MacSed has time to react. He has time to respond as well. He's getting ready back at home. Stalkers are in production. Blink is on the way, and he is in position.
MacSed's prepared for the scene, and we do have a disruptor already ready here, so it's going to be pushing Cham back. That in combination with the shield battery overcharge is going to be sending him back home. We see that Bane nest started up. We have an infestation pit on the way as well, so he is looking further into the game. He's not just trying to kill him straight up right now.
Yeah, he was never able to actually make any Vipers in game number 1, despite the mass amount of disruptors that were available for MacSed, so we'll see if he can maybe try to incorporate them this time. Meanwhile, MacSed is pushing out across the map once again. He's been able to preserve his Immortals and his Archons, everything basically throughout the course of this game. His army is still terrifying.
Mate, but Cham, now he has Ravagers and Banes. This is what makes Cham Cham. This is the Cham army. I see this and I'm just like, oh yeah. If I saw the silhouette of the Banes and the Ravagers, and they were like, who's that Pokemon? I know it's Cham.
There you go. Can you tell the difference between Cham and Demaga though?
Demaga doesn't have as many Ravagers. He has more Roaches.
True. Actually true.
He has less hair.
As here we go, we do have MacSed pushing up into the 3rd base. Banelings will be trickling on in. Novas go off and they do not find the connections. Meanwhile, slow Banes are waddling in, but they can't quite connect.
Oh, you can't leave. We have beautiful force fields coming down. Nearly every single one of those Banelings can be cleaned up before I can even touch this army. But actually, we are starting to break through, and it looks like the Protoss army will be cleaned up. Is it going to trade out enough Zerg army to be safe from the counterattack, though?
I don't think so. The Ravagers did survive a couple of Roaches as well. Cham going for a counterattack. He has a little momentum right now. He just reset the Immortal count, the Archon count, the Disruptors as well, but he's up against Blink Stalkers. It looks like he doesn't have enough to keep on pushing.
Yeah, we have enough Stalkers here that we can start trading off with these units, and as a Zerg, you have to be really sure if you want to commit to a fight, just so you're not getting, kited across the map, just with that Blink micro shaving off everything. Cham is going to be committing, is going to be pushing this back, but it feels like that window has passed.
Yeah, it does feel like it, and as a result, MacSed he's just trading so damn well with these Blinks. He's going to be losing a couple of these Stalkers. The Biles will connect. They miss the Prism.
Ooh. Yeah, almost taking down that Prism, so close, but these Stalkers, they're getting pretty low. This is getting a little bit scary for MacSed. It's on a nice edge of this game, but the supply is heavily in Cham's favor. I feel like MacSed really needs to get maybe a second prong of Zealots, but the DTs, there we go. They are going to be making a real headache for Cham.
Yeah, they really are. Detection is being sniped, by the way. He's going for the light VIP maneuver, but we have another Observer on the way in the natural base. The DTs are going to get cleaned up, and MacSed, he's actually pretty deep on creep. He's going to get caught out.
Yeah, MacSed in a little bit of trouble. There's enough creep here. The Cham's going to be able to chase him down. This might just be the end of it if he can take down these Stalkers. We do get Blink back just in time. This slow Zealot warp in going to be taking out that base.
Yeah, the Zealots have arrived. More DTs are warped in as well. That base is under threat, and yeah, the hatchery is going to be going down. Actually, the hatchery that has Overlord speed in production, and it looks like it just barely did finish.
Yeah, DT gets that finishing swipe, but it will be cleaned up. We do still have 4 bases here for Cham. MacSed never really been able to get that 3rd base up and mining. It looks like he's finally saturated it now, but this is when his natural and main are going to be starting mining out.
Oh, exactly. He needs a 4th base soon, but Cham is setting up for a multi-pronged attack. He has an army distracting him on the left-hand side. He has his main force here on the right as well. He's diving on in.
Yeah, we got a bit of a sandwich being set up here, and that is not what you want when you have Stalkers there. Disruptor's going to be getting focused down, battery overcharge as well, and Cham takes the win for the 1-1.
GG, well played, Cham. He fights back, he puts on point on the board, and he keeps everything tied up. There's no clear favorite here. It's going to come down to that last series. That last match.
Yeah, I mean that was a great game, that last one as well. I feel like that was really back and forth, but in the end, Cham just having a bit too good of an opening there, and never really looked in too much trouble from them.
Yeah, it was such an interesting opening. Like, it was such a fast lair from Cham. He cut drones really early on as well to make roaches. It looked like he was going for his own roach push, but he just happened to come across some DTs, and he was able to really handedly deal and clean that up as well. The muta transition didn't really pay for itself. I guess it did give him a little bit of breathing room by shutting down that war prism. That's really all they did. But despite that, like, he still had such a massive lead earlier on, regardless.
Yeah, I mean, I think in the end he only made 4 or 5 there, so good job as well from MacSed to not overreact to that or anything like that. But yeah, in the end, just Cham getting to play with the Ravages and the Banes. His units that he's so good with, is so fantastic at taking engagements with those, and yeah, got it done.
Yeah, I think we both assumed that Cham would just die when that fight happened at his 4th base. If you recall the force fields, where he, like, the Banelings, they were stuck behind the force fields, they couldn't really engage. But even though they were stuck at the force fields, the Banelings weren't dying. The force fields went down, and the Banelings actually got involved nonetheless, and they were able to get good enough connections. Not just that, the surround as well. Cham, he was coming in from multiple angles, and yeah, after that fight, MacSed, it did feel like he lost any momentum that he had in that game.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you knew this, but it's actually impossible for Banelings to not get value.
You're on copium, Bob. You're on copium. Oh, God. Unfortunately, McSins had to learn that the hard way, and with that, we have one best of 2 remaining here. I say one best of, I mean, technically true, one best of 2 remaining. But we could have an ace match after this. We could have a best of 1. If this goes 1-1 once again, then we'll be going all the way to that final game.
Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting matchup, because as much as Nice is, I would say, quite heavily favored over BreakingGG, we've seen that BreakingGG is capable of upsets. He's got some real cheeky builds, especially against Protoss. And I mean, no one's safe from that sort of thing. Cheesy Zerg is always a terrifying thing to go up against, and Nice is going to have to really be on his A game to try to get the 2-0 here.
Yeah, exactly. Nice is going to make sure he is aware of the shenanigans that BreakingGG can bring to the table. But likewise, Nice doesn't always have to be the most standard player either. He can spice things up as well. So this is going to be a very interesting series to follow. I would agree with you, though. I still think that Nice is the clear favorite. But BreakingGG, all he has to do is take one game. Win one. That's all he needs.
It's true. That is Zerg. So he can win too.
He could. And if he does, that's it. That's the series.
Yeah, if he does, that's it. We can declare that Zerg is Imba once and for all. We'll shut down Reddit, StarCraft Reddit. You guys can pack it up and go home. Worked it out. Your hard work has not gone unnoticed.
We can all go back to the BNet forums instead. We
can all go to the beach. We can live our lives.
We can go with me and Micah, and we can see the beaches. Yeah. With McSins.
Yeah, McSins loves beaches.
Oh my god. But yeah, game 1 is going to be taking place on Dragon Scales here for this ZVP. Yeah, we'll see if BreakingGG can make something happen here. I mean, a lot of pressure is now on him, so I'm a little bit concerned. Even though we say he's an aggressive player, I wouldn't say he's a cheesy player necessarily. We haven't seen too much creative play from him like we have from the Starving Camels. Like, I feel like Tudming and Silky have him a little bit beat when it comes to like the weird old lins that we've seen. But BreakingGG, he's the kind of player that's willing to like cut workers and go for like a roach timing or like a Ling Bane bust, for example, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and he has a really weird kind of mid to early late game where he'll He often plays Mass Broodlord on very low drone counts. It's really unusual to see, but it can be something where if you get a small lead and you go into something unusual like that, it can sometimes just end the game.
Oh yeah, exactly. If you can get away with taking up that heavily, then you can snowball out of control. We have seen that in the past. So we'll see if Nice is going to be ready for it. Nice, of course, a very veteran player here at the top of the Taiwanese scene for a very long time now. Even before that, he was top 2 with Haas. And I believe Nice, I could be mistaken, but I think he's in Korea right now. I don't know if you saw, but this season for the GSL qualifiers, Nice was playing in them. He was there.
Okay.
Which is really
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a few people in Korea at the moment. I know Australia and Specialer, and Future is as well.
Yeah, it's really cool to see the foreigners in Korea doing well, looking to prepare for ESL Masters Winter later on down in the year. So, yeah, they're putting a lot of really hard work. I know we're not going to be casting him yet. Maybe next season, maybe Maturino Esports would be willing to partake in WTL. That'd be exciting.
Oh yeah, I didn't really think of that, but yeah, probably. I think they'd have a good shot.
Yeah, they've got a good lineup. They've got Estrella. They've got Future. You've got Demi. Asherbringer.
Asherbringer.
Oh god. I was casting Astra yesterday. I don't know if you're familiar with Astra. But the chat kept thinking that I was saying Asher the entire time. And I was like, oh, we have another one, Bobby. Another European Protoss Asher. You're multiplying.
Catstra.
Oh.
Catstra. He's one of the cat people, isn't he?
He is. That's what I said when I introduced him. I was like, I've never casted him before, but I know he's a cat boy or a cat girl, a cat person.
One of them cat people.
Yeah. He's very anime. When are we watching Food Wars?
When are we playing Diablo?
I was the one that asked you for Diablo the other day. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I said yes.
No, you didn't. You said GSL.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I said yes, and then when the time came, I said GSL. There's a difference.
It's worse.
It is worse, yeah.
Shaking my head. Oh god. It's okay. We'll finish the campaign before the season ends. Okay.
Unlikely.
It's like 7 days. It's like we have like a week, right?
Before it starts, yeah. 6 days, I think.
Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll have plenty of time.
Cope, yeah. Well, I mean, play a bit this weekend.
Yeah. We'll play after the cast. Oh.
Maybe.
We'll figure it out. But yeah, players just currently getting ready here, just setting up the lobbies, making sure there's no latency issues. The players are here, otherwise we wouldn't be on this scene, so thankfully we're not missing anyone. And here we go in the top left hand corner of Dragon Scales for Invictus Gaming. It is BreakingGG.
And in the bottom right hand corner of the map for Starlight Twinkle, this is Nice.
Oh.
To be fair, BreakingGG's always done this.
What's he always done?
The extractor trick opening.
Okay. I was having a look at like the camera angle because it's different.
Has BreakingGG got a chain on?
Yeah.
Let's go.
They remember he's I always said Vape 420. He's Vape Nation, Bob. He's Vape Nation. Remember?
Is he?
Yeah, he's the guy who plays with his vape in between his fingers. I think he goes for a puff every now and then.
He just like plays in a haze of vape cloud.
He does. It's like a hot box in there.
I don't know, what does it smell like? I don't even know what the energy drinks are these days. I feel like they're not that popular in Australia. It's more of an American thing.
Energy drinks?
Yeah. Like Baja? Is that one of them? I can't remember.
What?
Baja Blast or something?
That's not a thing here. I don't think that's not a thing. But
no,
V
it's not.
Yeah, V is pretty popular here.
I suppose so. Or like
Yeah,
Red Bull. It was popular when I was younger, but I don't know if it's still popular.
Yeah, it still is.
Okay, so
Yeah. But we don't have Baja Blast. I don't know what that is. That's America.
yeah. They get blessed.
Yeah. We do. We have Rockstar as well. That's pretty popular. That's like the.
That's nasty.
It is.
Actually,
yeah.
I used to like Mother, but that's pretty nasty too.
Rockstar is like the cheaper version of V. It's what you get. You get like more volume, but like for less.
Yeah.
It's not
good.
good.
What V would do to me now. I feel old these days.
What do you mean? You have like
old,
three.
right?
You have like 3 cups of coffee a day.
Yeah,
like,
but that doesn't do anything anymore.
Oh god. You have a problem, Pop. You have a problem. You need to like go cold turkey for a little bit.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I've done it before. It was just a bit boring. Like I feel like coffee is one of those things that you look forward to throughout the day.
I wouldn't know.
It's just like, get out of bed. I get a coffee. Like why would I not get out of bed?
I had a coffee for the first time yesterday. The first time in in like a month. I was gonna say.
Why?
The first time since I am
Okay.
ESL Master Summer. That's it. First time since then.
Why?
I just want coffee.
You seem more like an energy drink person.
I do have an energy drink here as well. I do.
Or like a day iced coffee person. Is that what you had?
No. It's
Okay.
just instant coffee. Just had it. Yeah. Maybe that's why I couldn't sleep.
Yeah, maybe. As we are going to be having kicking things off with a Phoenix, pretty similar to how we saw MacSed opening up with a Void Ray, but going for the Phoenix instead. I'd be surprised if this is multiple in there. We do see the Oracle started up after that, so it's going to be clearing out some of that vision with this pretty successful Adept run by as well. Going to be taking out 2 of those drones, only losing 1 Adept too, so Nice is looking strong.
Yeah, so far, some pretty good damages dealt. Phoenix is hunting down Overlords as we speak, and we are continuing Oracle production, so the first will be soon joined by another. As Nice keeps the pressure up behind this, he does have a 3rd base, so everything's looking pretty standard so far from Nice, other than the fact that, of course, he has mixed in that Phoenix, and that Adept is getting a lot of damage done, forcing a lot of spores.
Yeah, it really is. And meanwhile, this Oracle going to be coming out just in time. Doesn't save the pylon, but is going to be punishing those Lings for staying around for a bit longer. And the Adept once again getting some really solid damage. A little bit of a misclick, unfortunately. It looks like he missed that queued up attack command and ends up hitting the Queen instead. But Nice is setting a fantastic pace here.
Yeah, that was brutal, by the way. Just because BreakingGG, he opted not to stay at home with his Lings to harass across the map instead to do some kind of counter damage. Sure, he got a pylon, but that does mean that one Adept got a little bit too out of hand. It got a little bit too out of control as the aggression has not stopped. The second Oracle joins the fray. Another couple of drones are going down, and sure, every time it's like 2 drones at most, but like it slowly is adding up.
Yeah, Nice is playing at a very impressive speed in this game. He is really putting the pressure on BreakingGG, and he is getting the damage that he's looking for as a result. I mean, drones getting put into a depth, not what you want to see, but he just wants to get them back mining as soon as he can.
Yeah, and once again, the Lings are across the map instead, and they're not getting anything done. We do have a solid defense at the 3rd and at the natural base. The Lings don't get anything for their troubles, and BreakingGG loses 5 drones across the map.
Yeah, it's going to be a decent lead here for Nice. Now, he can go for this move. We've seen this a few times where that Phoenix can run in, pick up one of the Queens, the Oracles can snipe out the other Queen, or go for the drones like this. And, oh, look at that. It looks like we might have had some Adepts going for a bit of extra damage at the same time as well. 9 drones going down, and rapid reek. That was so smooth. Like,
that was
that's sick.
That was a buttery smooth, Bobby. Oh my. Nice. That's so good. The Phoenix is left behind, but hey, we can just go for a full scout, make sure that there's no fast gases, no additional tech is thrown down either. Nice in full control of this game.
That's so cool. That's one of those invisible mastery things, just the way that those oracles slid into like exactly the dead zone.
Yeah. Oh,
lovely stuff. As behind this, Nice, again, pretty similar to what we saw from MacSed. He's going to be going for Oracle Charge rather than for that Blink composition. And I'm kind of liking this adjustment.
Yeah, it does mean that he can be a little bit more active once he does have those Archons up and running. Speaking of, one Archon will go down. Finally, BreakingGG gets some damage done with these Ling run-bys, more than just a pylon. But does this make up for all the economic losses that we've had already? So far, not yet, as Nice is already pushing out across the map. This is going to be a really awkward timing. Roaches are on the way. BreakingGG should have enough, but can he hold on to that fourth?
Yeah, and even if he does hold on to the fourth, this is doing what Nice wants. It's forcing units out of BreakingGG when Nice is way ahead on workers right now.
Yeah, exactly. And there it is. We have a cancel on the fourth base. That is all that Nice was really looking for. Meanwhile, across the map, another Ling run by, but Nice is there to meet it. Looks like he's going to be losing some probes. No, maybe I spoke too soon. One probe does go down, and up barely a second.
Yeah, the Zealot's going to be running in once again. Looks like we have enough roaches here, but we are just continuing to put the pressure on. BreakingGG only on 60 drones here, so he is really being kept under the pump here by Nice.
Yeah, BreakingGG, he's actually taking up into Hydra, so he's going Roach Hydra as his composition of choice. A little bit more old school, you don't see it too often, but this can transition faster into something like Lurkers, and I imagine that's where he's headed. But we'll see if he can even get his fourth base up and running, because he has just been harassed time and time again.
Yeah, Nice has just been in constant motion. This has been a really sick game from him.
Exactly, he ebbs and flows here like water, and BreakingGG is drowning a little bit. I mean, he's keeping up with these Zealots at least. He's barely holding on to his fourth, but he's distracted, and another Zealot run by dives into his third.
Oh, and in the main as well, but the Zealot Whopping gets denied. Great stuff from BreakingGG. That is going to give him a second to breathe, but we see another cancel on the fourth. He is just floundering to get this under control.
Yeah, we even recall and we save the Archon in the main base. BreakingGG is being forced all in. He's mixing in a couple of workers, but he's going for a massive counterattack. He has to make something happen with this push. He's got Hydras, he's got Roaches as well. Lurker then gets thrown down behind this, but Lurkers are still a ways away.
Yeah, and I mean, Nice is in position. He will be pushing this back. Good decision from BreakingGG not to commit to that, especially into that battery overcharge. But, I mean, Nice, he's kept these Oracles alive. He's kept the Phoenix alive as well. He is just going to be continuing to put on non-stop pressure. This has been such an impressive game from him so far.
Yeah, and the Lurker then gets scouted as well, so Nice is fully aware of that tech. He's fully aware of what BreakingGG is trying to do. 10 more workers go down. Once again, Nice trying to shut down this fourth. Nova goes off!
Ooh! Big Nova and another one. Really nice connections there, but unfortunately the pathing does mean a few of his units get cut off, so we're trading units for units here. BreakingGG desperately trying to get that fourth up.
Yeah, he's trying, but as he does, the more workers are going down on the right-hand side. We do have those Disruptors moments away from resetting. They get the Nova off! Once again, another massive connection.
Yeah, great connections here. Nice is going to be pushing this back. BreakingGG taking some serious losses, and he does not have the economy to replace them.
He really doesn't. That's the thing. He's been contained to 3 bases for 10 minutes, which is never something you want to see in this matchup. The Spore is no longer there, by the way. We have free reign in the main. The mineral line goes down. Maybe a bit of an overextension. There's not too much to support these Disruptors, though.
Yeah, but they're not going to get the most amazing connections either. I still don't mind this for Nice just because he's continuing to apply pressure. He's keeping an eye on what's happening for the Zerg. He's making these Zealot run-bys more effective as well.
Yeah, so even though Nice did lose his Disruptors, he's still getting so much value, so that still getting so much damage nonetheless, and he reinforces his fourth base, finally gets up and running, but Nice is here to stop it.
Yeah, brutal stuff. Second Disruptor comes out, going to get another great connection. There's barely anything left here for BreakingGG, and what is left will be taken down. GG is called. Beautiful game from Nice.
GG, well played. Nice, just all over BreakingGG from the start of the game, from the initial Adepts even. If you remember, it was his first 2 Adepts that were just getting out of hand, and things just kept snowballing from there. Likewise, BreakingGG just wasn't able to do any kind of damage whatsoever. Every time he tried to go across the map, he was just stopped time and time again.
Yeah, Nice really flexing his multitask there. He was constantly harassing with the Oracles and Phoenix, constantly sending little Zealot run-bys here and there. I feel like he really just stayed on top of BreakingGG from start to finish, and these players who do play a bit more low eco and try to kind of take over the map, if you can keep them penned back in their own base, they just don't really have any options.
Yeah, exactly. There are no options, and with that, Nice does take a lead in this series. At BreakingGG, it's going to be his map of choice. He is going for Ancient Sister.
Okay, so honestly, a map that I don't think plays out too different from Dragon Scales. I mean, it's a little bit larger, but I feel like you see similar kind of ideas with that multi-prong.
Yeah, exactly. I hope that BreakingGG he goes for a different approach. If you remember in the first game, he was very adamant about trying to go for counter damage. He kept sending his lings across the map time and time again, and because of that, that's why those adepts got out of control, because there was never anything at home to keep up with the adepts. So I hope he maybe takes things a little bit slower. But as I say that, that may just be against the very nature of BreakingGG. You know, that may just be his playstyle. That may just be his like comfort zone. And going against that, it could be difficult.
Yeah, perhaps. Meanwhile, this is a pretty good map for glaives as well. So I know Nice has a very strong glaives.
Oh yeah, Twilight Council into glaive adepts is definitely something that Nice can whip out. Oh boy, and we'll see if he does. We'll see if BreakingGG can fight back, because he needs to win this game here to force the ace match. If he takes a loss, then that will be the end of the series, and that'll be a win for Starlight Twinkle.
Ooh, you know what would be cool? If Stormgate had like these hexagons, but they were automatically made for how you play the game, and you could see it on the load screen.
Interesting. Do you think they could do like, because there are stats in StarCraft, for example, and your stats are aggregated, like they're being kept track of. You know, that's why like there's averages for like your supply block, there's averages for like your APM and resources spent and all that stuff. So they can make use of data like that on those hexagons, like loading into a game. Pretty sick.
All right, spawning here in the top right, we have BreakingGG for Invictus Gaming.
And in the bottom left, for Starlight Twinkle, we have Nice.
Yeah, I'm just imagining you like come into a game and their hexagon is like 10 in micro, 3 in macro, and you're like, I think you might cheese me.
Would it have the mental stat? Will it like keep track of like how often you get reported for like BM and stuff? Like,
like mental 1.
Just never GGs, you know, just
you see it go down in between games after you have a really tough game. And you're just like, I didn't even say anything. And they're like, your APM increased, you were stressed out, mental goes down 1.
True. That would be interesting. That'd be interesting. I think do they do that in other games? Do they like
they have it in Dota. Like in Dota they have I'm trying to remember what they have. They have like pushing, supporting, fighting, and versatility, I think.
Yeah. But I think that's like, isn't that like based off of like how often you play a role, right?
No, it's based on your gameplay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. There you go. I think it's I think in stuff like League and I guess Dota as well, like because there's like some waiting, like there's like a lobby before the game starts. You can also like look up your opponent's like profile and stuff ahead of time.
Yeah, you can actually do it in game in Dota, which I think is really cool. That would be nice to have in StarCraft.
That'd be really interesting, actually. That'd be really cool.
Although maybe you wouldn't want to know.
you don't want to smudge beforehand. Yeah. You're like, oh, it's like a TBT lever. Oh, I see.
Yeah. You're in a game with them, and you're like, man, this guy feels really strong. You look at the match history during the game, and you're like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, but again, that may be a good thing. Maybe you want to know if you're playing against a Smurf. Like,
maybe.
Something to think about. As we're getting into this end, it is going to be a Stargate opener from Nice once again.
Yeah, I would imagine he'd be pretty happy with how that last game went and doesn't really want to take any unnecessary risks.
Yeah, exactly. And with that, of course, he can still mix things up after this initial Stargate. If you recall, last game he went for an Oracle into Phoenix opener, back into Oracle production, if I recall correctly. So he did mix things up regardless in game 1. Could do it again, game 2.
Yes, we do see BreakingGG going to be running in with these wings in a bit of an offbeat timing, and is the probe micro going to be there for Nice? We do lose a probe, so that's pretty nice, but actually at the same time that adept is going to be equalizing the damage across the map.
Yeah, exactly. A drone does go down. Meanwhile, the Ling at least gets a full scout off, does confirm the Oracle in production. So BreakingGG has at least that going for him, and is setting up his third base as we speak, as Lings do get cleaned up.
Yeah, Nice going to be opening very standard so far.
Yes, exactly. Nothing too crazy coming out from Nice yet. He's also got a fan in his room. I noticed that earlier. That's new.
Oh.
That wasn't there last time.
Is it orange? Am I seeing that right?
Yeah, it's orange.
It's nice. I like it.
It's fancy.
As we do get a little bit of surround here. So BreakingGG once again going for that aggression with the Lings that he was showing quite a lot in that last game, and he will be rewarded for it this time around.
Do you have a fan in your room?
Kind of. I have like one of those little heaters. They're really small ones.
Oh yeah. But that's like for your feet, right? Like you put it like under your desk when it's hot. Or cold.
I mean, it heats up the whole room.
Okay.
It's not tiny. It's not like, you know, when you went to the like Wonderland or Luna Park or something as a kid, and you got those little fans with the water bottles, and you could like press it, and it would spin the fan and shoot a jet of water.
Oh, I don't remember that, but I did go to it, mate. Wonderland is a throwback.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was it back in the day, mate. You didn't have to go all the way to Queensland for a goddamn park, mate. Yeah.
Is it not still there? Didn't they reopen as Luna Park?
Did they? I remember they shut it down a long time ago.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. It just got bought out. Yeah.
It's funny, we do have a Luna Park in Melbourne, but it's kind of weird. It's very Melbourne in that it's really shit, but it's really cool.
What's that mean?
It's like, it's very small, but it has like such an interesting vibe. Like it feels like you're on like some like New York Coney Island sort of thing, where it's kind of a little bit run down, but like in a interesting way.
Okay. It's got some charm to it, you know? Like
it does, yeah. I think it's quite old.
Yeah, fair enough. I've been to Luna Park once in my life, because I the first time I went there, or the only time I've been there, I remember it being really underwhelming, because I've heard all about Luna Park, but it's like in Sydney, it's actually really small. Like it's not.
Yeah, it's really small in Melbourne as well. Like it's.
Yeah.
There's a roller coaster that goes around the entire outside of it, so it's really not that big. And it's down at St Kilda Beach, which is it's a pretty dodgy area. It's pretty funny.
Aye. Fair enough. We'll go next time, Papi. We'll go next time.
Yeah, it's not bad. I actually haven't been in ages.
Fair enough. We do have a massive link counter here at the third base, and it's actually finding quite a lot of damage. The shoot battery goes down 11 probes as well. I was kind of criticizing BreakingGG for trying to pull this off in the last game, but here he finds some damage.
Yeah, the momentum feels very different this time round. BreakingGG is finding a lot more success, and it feels like Nice isn't quite as much on the front foot as he was in that last game.
Yeah, the Adept and the Oracle Harass hasn't really gone as well this time. You know, he's gotten a couple of drones here and there, but nothing too major. He hasn't been able to really gain too much momentum like he did previously, and as a result, BreakingGG, he's in a much better position.
Yeah, that's right. But Nice, he is, of course, going for Blink this time instead of Charger. Oh, that was nice. Don't use that word. He does take out the hatchery there with that swift Blink. That's pretty punishing.
What word? What were you going to say?
You can't say nice when you cast Nice.
True, but that is nice though.
It was nice, yeah.
Yeah.
That's him right there.
It's true. Oh my god. So yeah, really well done by Nice as he does snipe that fourth base. And suddenly, you know, he's still in this. Unfortunately, he doesn't have as much map presence as he once did, but he's pushing out across the map as we speak. +1, kicking in just in time for this push.
It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. He's going to be putting on some pressure with these Stalkers. We have plenty of Roach Ravager here for BreakingGG. He's kind of setting up for an attack of his own, and we see Nice. He's definitely aware of that. He's setting up with a second Robo and with a Robo Bay as well.
Yeah, it looks like Nice has recognized that his push isn't going to find too much damage. He is taking up as we speak. He's going to try and go into double Disruptor or double Colossus production, but this is going to give BreakingGG a lot of breathing room as we already have Hydras in the mix. No Lurker Den yet, but the Hydras are on the way. Oh, there's a couple of drones going to get picked up, but again, only 4 go down, and BreakingGG, he just keeps on pushing.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have the Oracles to save the Stalkers here, so they're going to have to do the work on their own. The Lings are going to be chasing them down. We have a few more Stalkers back at home as well as some battery. And yeah, this is where it starts to get a little bit dicey, going for Ravagers just in general. Oracles do shoot them down very quickly, and it's a very high value pickoff.
Yeah, the Oracle's even shutting down, I believe that was 2 or 3 Hydras as well, so a lot of value already taken, but we do see BreakingGG pushing on through. He does have the supply lead. Alas, he is being forced back, and as time goes on, Nice will have a better answer to this. He has 2 Disruptors at that spot.
Hey, like, Hydras. More like Biadras.
They're gonna say Hydras. Oh.
Yeah, that would work too.
Is that all you were thinking of? Is that...
Yeah. Good Biadras.
Oh, nice.
As the Zealot is going to be pushed back here. We have the Oracle's going to be going over there to help out with that one. I really like that. Looks like there's no anti-air, so the Oracles can focus down at the last couple, just those couple of Hydras, and then go onto the Ravagers. And we have the Stalkers set up on the other side. So Nice is doing a fantastic job of just controlling the map, not letting BreakingGG get the pressure that he wants. I mean, BreakingGG, he wants to play like Damago. He wants to be on that fourth, battering it down again and again, getting cancels. It's really important, I think, for his style that he starts canceling the fourth, and he's just not been allowed to do that.
Yeah, he just hasn't been able to be aggressive or even push past the halfway point on the map. Hive is on the way. Lunker Den is now done. We're not incorporating the Lunkers yet, but no, actually we do have one on the right-hand side, but half of the army of BreakingGG is being caught out.
Yeah, beautiful movement from Nice. It looks like he was really trying to find something like this all game, and with the distraction for the Zealot run by that's going into the natural, into the main as well, he catches out these units. Really good multitasking.
Yeah, exactly. I do think that together, if BreakingGG was able to consolidate his army, he probably would have been able to take a fight, but alas, now he cannot. Nervous go off. One Lurker goes down. We're going to be trading a Lurker for a Disruptor. Well, the Oracles do stray into the fire of those Hydras as Nice is being forced back. He can actually fight this, to be honest, though. There's not too much protecting those Lurkers.
Yeah, as soon as those Lurkers showed, there was no hesitation from Nice. Got those Novas going down immediately and got some really good connections. And BreakingGG, he's scrambling to find a defense now as those Zealot run-bys are continuing to be threatened. But it feels like Nice might be able to just shove straight through the middle, and the Disruptors are going to be able to get huge amounts of value.
Well, there's a window here where we just don't have critical mass of Lurkers. We don't have enough to defend against this army. I believe we have like 2 Lurkers as we speak. We have more in production. Meanwhile, a massive Roach counterattack is going to be trying to distract Nice. At the same time, is he going to commit? Is he going to try and push up the ramp? Up!
Wait, did you see that Zealot jump? That Zealot did like a Mario jump. I swear to God it did.
I did not see you. I know what you're on about,
like an old school Jumpman jump. Straight into the air with the wing.
Oh my god, as the Roaches are cleaned up, but at least they do give BreakingGG some time. They do force the army back home. He's able to get more Lurkers out. I believe he now has Vipers in the mix. I think they're currently gathering energy as we speak. Seismic Spine's about to finish up as well. We'll see if Nice can still break through. Yeah,
Nice really wants to put the pressure on here. We do have Spines. We have that Disruptor as well, trying to take out the Lurkers. Not quite going to get it, but oh, massive connections. The Yoinks were just a bit too late.
Yeah, they were a little bit too late. More Novas are going to be going off as well. On top of so many of these Hydras. Boy. The Lurkers will survive, but the Hydras, they're Hydras, Papi.
Oh yeah, brutal stuff coming out from Nice, getting some really good connections. BreakingGG are going to fight back a little bit here, snipe some of the Disruptors, so we can see there the trade's relatively even, but considering the position of Nice, considering the tech as well, I feel like BreakingGG really wanted to get more done here.
Yeah, you say some Disruptors. I want to say like 6 or 7 Disruptors just went down. Like that was a pretty big pickoff there from BreakingGG. Is it enough to equalize though? We'll see. I mean, he has topped up with those Vipers. He's looking for even more of those Disruptors.
Yeah, the Vipers, they have energy again, but the Disruptors aren't going to be going down. Massive Novas. One of those going to be connecting, one cancelled as well. And Nice might have to get out of here at this point.
Yeah, exactly. As he does trickle it in, his rally does get caught out. 2 more Disruptors go down. Nice has been losing a lot of his high-value units here, and his Disruptor count was essentially reset.
Yeah, I feel like he's losing the buffer, and he has to be a little bit more careful. You don't really want to be losing these Stalkers. Unfortunately, rallies a High Templar through the Lurkers as well.
Yeah, exactly. He has been bleeding out a lot, and as a result, BreakingGG has been able to recover for the most part. The Vipers did survive. They're just regathering that energy as we speak. We don't have too much creep spread, so I do appreciate that Nice is rotating around and making use of the fact that BreakingGG has no idea where the army is.
Yeah, he is just sharking around on the map, but the Viper's getting some good. Ewing's going to be picking off key units there. Beautiful storm going down, but BreakingGG disengages just in time.
Yeah, he does manage to pull back. He does pull out. He's going to try and rotate over towards the right-hand side. Likewise, Nice is looking for another way in. BreakingGG is almost setting up for a surround, but no, Nice doubles back instead. And he's actually just making nothing but Immortals. He is stopping Disruptor production.
Yeah, Nice is sharking. He's going back and forth, setting up this lurker, anti-lurker army. Beautiful storm's going to be going down there, and these lurkers, they are on death's door. Fantastic engagement for Nice, but a good counterattack too.
Those were the perfect storms for Nice. As you were saying, the counterattack is going to catch a lot of these probes. No, the lurkers are distracted by that one Immortal instead. Meanwhile, Nice, he dives on top of this army. There's only one lurker left in the back line. With this amount of Immortals, we should be able to push on through, but the boys are being pulled.
And Hydras are cracked. Looks like all these units here, they are pretty low on shields, so Nice is going to back off. He loses the base down to the south, so BreakingGG is making him bleed here. And we are having Zealots just being trickled in. Nice has to be really careful how he does this. If he loses too much all in one go here, this could get out of control.
Yeah, another Immortal goes down as well. We should be able to swallow out this army, but as you were saying, we don't want to lose too much here in this trade as BreakingGG, he gets another Archon.
Yeah, that trade looks pretty good for Nice, but he does have to be so careful with this mass Hydra. That's so much DPS. He has to be so sure of himself if he's going to commit to a fight.
Yeah, exactly. As he's pushing out once again. What do we have to work with here for BreakingGG? He's got a couple of lurkers remaining. He hasn't rebuilt too many of them. It is mainly a Hydra Ling Roach army. One more lurker on the way. He goes for a massive counterattack. Nice, doesn't have a lot at home to defend.
Yeah, another Ling run by, really well timed. Getting straight on top of that battery there. The Roaches should be able to finish it off. I don't think there's enough here to clean this up, but Nice has got a killer push heading it down the middle. Is there enough to deal with what's going to come here to defend? I don't know about this, actually. This is looking really good for BreakingGG.
Yeah, exactly. Just weren't enough Zealots, weren't enough Stalkers to protect those Immortals. Those Archons, they go down one after the other. Nice, he is actually running out of steam. He's being pushed back, and we're losing the Immortals.
Every Archon goes down. The Immortals are in huge trouble as well. They're getting picked off. I don't know if he has a recall to deal with this. Nice might be dead right here, right now. You can see it in his face. He is not happy with how things are going right now.
Yeah, no shield battery, no overcharge, no storm either. It looks like BreakingGG is doing it. One game is all he needed, and it looks like he's about to take it. We have one lurker with his army. We're pushing on through, and Nice is losing another base.
Yeah, the Hydra's charging on it through, taking out all of these Immortals. The Immortals just being chased across the entire map. Only one of them makes it back alive. We have a cannon, we have a battery, but there's just not enough. GG is called.
GG, well played. It's like, mate, the lunkers, but the Hydras. Oh, let's go as we have forced an ace match. Oh my god, he's dying, Papi. Oh my, he's crazy.
It is crazy. He's like one of those chattering teeth.
Let's go. Yeah, we have an ace match. We have one final best of one.
Yeah, 1-1s across the board. Who could have predicted this?
Yeah, I don't think anyone did. I don't think anyone went for the pure 1-1s here. I think a lot of us had especially faith in Nice to take the 2-0. But now that we have an ace match, the question becomes, who's going to be the ace player? Who gets picked? Who's chosen?
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty tense now. I mean, Starlight Twinkle, they might not have felt like they were going to be in too much trouble today, but they need to win this game.
They really do. And who do you pick? That's the question. Between Cham and Nice, who do you send out and who do you expect as well? Who is that Pokemon on Near Humanity?
Near Humanity's a Cham map, 100%.
True. I don't think we send out Nice on Near, regardless of the matchup. But that's the other thing, right? Like, who do you send out from the Invictus Gaming? Is it MacSed or XY, or even BreakingGG?
Yeah. I think we're gonna see MacSed vs Cham.
I think so as well. I think that makes the most sense. An ace match between MacSed and Cham does make the most sense. I don't think XY was looking too hot in this series. I know he went 1-1 in the end, but like that was a close 1-1, Papi. That was I don't know, Papi. I don't know.
I mean, I suppose the other thing that we could have is we could have XY using his mindset of the strong to turtle down on near humanity, and we could have a we could have a long game.
Oh god, that's true. That's true. He would do that as well. If we managed to roll XY versus Cham, 100% XY would cut the map in half. He'd play mech.
Oh yeah, he'd have no problem with it.
Yeah.
Weak where he is strong.
He likes it. He likes it.
And strong where he appears weak.
Oh boy. So that is an option. That is a very real option here for Invictus Gaming. If they assume that that Cham is going to be sent out, then they can go for the XY pick. Otherwise, MacSed versus Cham, I would actually really like that. I'd look forward to that. That'd be good.
You want to see more MacSeds? You want to see the next episode?
Yeah, of course.
Of MacSeds and Step Cham.
Oh no. Is Cham stuck? Is he stuck in the washing machine again?
Oh no, so careless.
Every time he's always in there. I don't understand. How does he get stuck?
Like it seems like he's doing it on purpose.
Cham would never. He would never. No. Oh god. Oh. We'll see. If you're in the chats, place your predictions. Who do you think is going to be chosen here as the ace player? Does anyone believe, so is there a world where Nice gets sent out? Like, he's not a bad player, at all.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I would say he's their strongest player, but I feel like Cham. I felt like Cham performed a little bit better than Nice today, at least in their second games. I mean, Nice looked very good in the first game, but looked a bit shaky in the second game.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like, if Nice is negatively affected by that last game, then it is unlikely that we're going to be seeing him again, just because, he may not have the mindset of the strong like XY does. And that is something that we do have to factor in, of course, whether the player is actually feeling up to the task here to step into these big shoes.
You might have smashed his computer. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, he's not a Terran player. Calm down, Papi. Calm down. But there was a little bit of a shake of the head towards the end of that last game. He was not liking it too much. But we'll see. I'm just trying to check the chat here as well. We got some players, so people going for Nice, XY as well.
Yeah, MacSed versus Nice could be good. We haven't had a PvP yet today.
True. Is something we could see. Oh. Yeah. I don't think ReWhite would come out. I think that's probably I think ReWhite did really well for himself. But I don't know if he's one to be the ace player here, especially when you have Nice as well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And right now where they're calling up their WhatsApp, their Kakao, their WeChat. They're like, "Papi, we need you," and MacSed is in the shower. He's cleaning up after his performance.
Okay. Wait, does he have to do that?
What do you mean?
He's the cleaner as well.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What a talented guy.
I said he's in the shower. He's not like cleaning up the set. He's like,
Oh, okay.
cleaning himself.
Okay. Thanks for adding detail.
Oh god. He's on altitude right now. He's just just
taking the Starlight Twinkle.
Yeah, exactly. But what else have you been up to, Ash? What have you been up to? Have you did you tune into Ozcraft over the weekend?
Yeah. Yeah, PES 1. That was cool.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Oh my god. Yeah, it was really cool to see Pez there. Oreo was there, Chappie as well. I didn't get to tune into too much of it because I was casting, but
okay, yeah, you're casting a lot. It looks really fun. Like I kind of wish I went just because I don't want to play. I don't really like the stress of competing, but I feel like it would have been just really fun to be there, especially towards the finals. I know apparently the casters were the CS guys were going crazy for Pez vs Probe. They were like chanting Probe and chanting Pez, like getting real into it.
Let's go, Poppy. Let's go. Have you ever competed offline before?
No, I haven't at all. I feel like I would be so nervous.
Go for it, mate. Go for it. Try it out, Poppy. Try it out.
Yo, as we get a big raid from Piggly Wiggly. Let's go.
Oh, massive step. Speaking of Ozcraft, Pig wasn't quite there, but regardless, the Australian scene. Thank you so much to Pig for the massive raid. Sorry, we were lost in each other's in our story, but we were lost in it. But thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I believe you guys had. I think Pig's running a tournament at the moment. I was watching a little bit before. I was watching Clem vs Max Pack. So some really sick games going on. But yeah, it's like an invitational. There's 8 players there. Looks really good.
Nice. Hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast. Hope you guys had a great time. If you're just tuning in, we're here in World Team League. We're waiting for the ace player to be chosen. We're in the middle. We're at the very end of Starlight Twinkle versus Invictus Gaming, and yeah, we're just trying to figure out who's going to be sent out.
Yeah. So if you guys haven't watched the World Team League before, basically we have 3 sets of best of 2s. So it's 3 players. My goodness, I don't know the best way to describe this. I feel like Wardy got really good at describing this, and I just can't remember how he did it. It's... How do you do it?
It's a best of 7.
It's a best of 7, and there's a team of 3 players on each team. It's getting worse, Light. It's getting worse.
No. Tis a best of 7. First of 4 does take the victory there, but you have a bunch of best of 2s mixed in between all these 3 players. And so far, we are tied up 1-1, or I guess I should say 3-3. And yeah, 1 game left. And this is pretty important. We were talking about it before, but Invictus Gaming, it's confirmed they're going to be relegated. They won't be able to make it into the playoffs, and they can't quite improve their standings. But this is very important for Starlight Twinkle, because if they lose this series, then the chances of them being relegated is that much higher. If they win, then they can escape that, as it's kind of a fight between both Starlight Twinkle and Berserker Esports for that relegation spot. Oh my god!
Hey, and there we go. Wait. So we are kind of shocked here to see Wait.
Mate, they're crazy. We were joking. I was like half joking about the fact that maybe their players weren't available. Maybe, McSins is having a shower. Maybe XY is reading his book or writing his book, and I think that's what just happened. I think Cham and Nice and this is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if Starlight Twinkle just thought there was no chance that they would have to go to an ace match and no one was ready to play it.
Yeah,
but we're not gonna have Nice, and we're not gonna have Cham. We're going to have YoungZest coming up against BreakingGG.
Crazy. YoungZest, a.k.a. Potato. I believe he name changed to Potato, but maybe he went back to YoungZest. Uncertain, unsure. We have casted him.
I've played against him.
Yeah, we have casted him recently. He actually played in Grand Platypus Open in GPO, and I think he made it all the way to the grand finals against Mio Micah in the most recent GPO. So he's not a bad player, but really out of left field. I don't think anyone was expecting these 2 players as the ace players.
Yeah, and I'm pretty excited for it. I think this is actually going to be a pretty close matchup between these 2. As here we go, we're going to be jumping straight on into it. Oh, I'm a little bit ahead of the feed here. And it's going to be up in the top left-hand corner of Near Humanity, BreakingGG for Invictus Gaming.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner for Starlight Twinkle, it is YoungZest.
All right. Very excited to get some eyes on these players. I mean, we have been seeing, especially in the Chinese region, after Oliveira became the world champ, there's been quite an uprising. I mean, these players are always there, but it feels like a lot of people have taken it to the next level recently.
Yeah, exactly. And because of that, I'm a little bit biased. My money is on Potato, or YoungZest, of course, just because he is one of the GPO boys, just because he has been playing in some of our online tournaments. But we'll see. We'll see how he can perform here. It's been a while since we have seen him compete. And BreakingGG, he was feeling pretty good about that last win. He may have even broken the spirit of Nice as well, as Nice he just turned off his PC and just
he just walked away, man.
Maybe he did smash the PC, by the way, Asher. Maybe that did happen. I don't know.
He's like, I can't play, mate. I don't have a PC. And they're like, what were you playing on before? And he's like, I don't want to talk about it.
Not like this, Papi. Not like this. Regardless, we do have this matchup here. It is going to be a best of one to determine the winner of this Team League match. And so far, we do have some pretty standard openers from YoungZest, from Potato. Likewise, we do have BreakingGG going for a hatch gas pool as well, able to take his natural location.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty exciting for YoungZest as well. I mean, this World Team League competition in general, it's a really fantastic way for some players who you wouldn't normally get to see a lot of test themselves against the best of the best. And we actually see a lot of upsets. I mean, we've seen some very strong players taken down. Like I remember Jiashi took down Clem quite recently. Firefly taking down Maru. You see these players from regions that often, if you're not from that region, you're not going to be seeing too much of them, and we get to see that they're the real deal.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's great that finally we get to see YoungZest at the tail end of the season. He hasn't been featured too much for Starlight Twinkle, or at all, actually, throughout the course of the round robin group stage, but it's great to see him here towards the end, and yeah, we'll see what he can bring to the table. For the time being, it is going to be a Stargate opener from YoungZest, so nothing too crazy. Likewise, no early gases, no early tech here from BreakingGG either.
Yeah, the Adept going to be ducking this way and that way, dodging out the Queens. Looks like, I don't know, maybe I'm reading a little bit too much into this Adept movement, but YoungZest not being the most confident with his unit right now. Definitely being very cautious with it, maybe a little bit nervous.
Yeah, exactly, and I don't blame him. If we were talking about how maybe the players left, likewise, I don't think YoungZest was prepared to play tonight either. That's probably why it took so long to actually get things started. You know, he was messaged eventually on Discord or WeChat or what have you, and they're like, "Mate, we need you to play." He's like, "What?" Like I was just brushing my teeth, Papi. I was just letting the fluoride settle, and he has to come on and play.
Like, you're gonna make me rinse for this?
Aye. There's a lot of people that don't know what the hell we're talking about, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah. Just smile and wave, boys. Exactly. As we do see gonna be a pretty fast +1 melee coming out. Well, very fast +1 melee coming out for BreakingGG. This is something that we've been seeing a lot as a response to the standard blink opener, but correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like it's not usually this early.
Yeah, BreakingGG is kind of setting it up preemptively here. Meanwhile, we have a massive stage trap already here at the natural base. 3 drones do get caught out. Already a good start here for YoungZest. Doesn't get any kills, but does disrupt that economy already.
Yeah, really solid connection there. And we do have second Oracle heading out to pair up with this. So I'm loving seeing YoungZest's confidence growing as he starts to get some damage with these units.
Yeah, exactly. And here we go. At the same time, we have a couple of Adepts threading a shade in towards the third base, but Lings and Queens are in a position. The Oracles dive in regardless, and they're going to find another 3 drones.
Yeah, good damage there. And this is where you can start to think about using the Adepts on one side and the Oracles on another side to start to split up the defense, make it difficult for BreakingGG to decide what to do with his Queens. And yeah, there we go. We see YoungZest pretty confidently going into his transition from here. It is going to be that standard blink.
Yeah, there we go. Blink is on the way. The Forge 4+1 as well. So nothing too crazy out of YoungZest. This has kind of become the standard PvZ meta in the current era of StarCraft. So he isn't really shaking things up too much. And this is also what we saw against Mio Micah in Grand Platypus Open a couple of weeks ago. YoungZest not really one to mix things up too much.
What's Mio Micah been doing in ZVP lately? Does he still do the Hydro timing?
Oh, yeah. 2 base, 3 gas Hydra pushes. Let's go.
Because I know lately against Terran, he's been He was doing mass lings with like really fast upgrades for a while. He just have the most insanely fast 2-2. But he started doing mass ling muta with no banes now. It's really weird.
I did hear about the mass muta. I haven't been able to witness it, unfortunately. Again, Miwak has been a little bit less. He's been a little bit more quiet recently, which is a bit of a shame. I would love to cast more of him.
I think he's been studying. I saw he tweeted that he earned some kind of certificate, which is good stuff. It's a little bit sad to see all these StarCraft pros like starting to invest in their future and you know, get real skills for real jobs and stuff like that. It's a little bit depressing, but I'm happy for them as well.
For sure. I want to say it's in programming. I remember he was talking about learning a programming language. Which is really cool. Definitely, we do support it, of course. It is a shame that, you know, we do have to, or some of the players are branching out, but we are supportive nonetheless, as we do have the 4th base being taken for YoungZest. Meanwhile, we did have a dropping set up here from BreakingGG.
Oh, the slow overlord drop. It's coming. I'm gonna get you. No.
No, it's
too early. Oh, too soon. You need to learn from MacSed.
Oh, I know.
He never goes too soon.
A little bit premature, unfortunately, but you know, we get there in the end, and the Lings, they get a couple of probe kills. 2 probes, not too shabby. You know what? We can maybe even get a 3rd probe here, and you know, it's a good effort. He
tried. He definitely tried. Those Lings, they kind of they dribbled in there and they gave it the college try. But oh, here we go. This is a bit of a bigger run by. It was just preparation. It was
he just needed to warm up a little bit, you know. He just needed to crank one out before.
Oh my god! As we have that big recall coming down, a few of these stalkers are going to be taken out. All in all, I feel like YoungZest, he is going to be able to deal with this, but the momentum is just keeping him penned back. It's making him really difficult, making it really difficult for him to get anything going himself.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there was a lot of potential with that Ling run by, and he doesn't get too many workers. He did force a reaction out of those High Templar, at least. I believe he was able to kill some of them, forced a morph in as well. And BreakingGG, he's going to keep on pushing. We have Banelings being morphed in. Baneling's speed is done. He's about to lay siege upon the 3rd base.
Behave for the raid, but I guess Pig's just as bad. I'm not going to lie.
They're used to it, Poppy. They like it, Poppy. They're pigs viewers. Okay. It's okay. As the Banelings do roll in, they crash into the mineral line, into the High Templar as well, just before they had enough energy for those storms, and BreakingGG is breaking the 3rd.
Yeah, he is living up to his name, breaking on through once again against the Protoss. It feels like a little bit maybe of an overextension here. These Stalkers can blink after and take down the Ravagers. We do have some Biles just pushing those back, but YoungZest holds for the moment, and considering how low in eco BreakingGG is, I think he's still very much in this game.
Yeah, that was pretty committed out of BreakingGG. He went for basically a 3 base, almost all in here, or just 3 base saturation with 66 drones. As a result, I'm really impressed that YoungZest is able to maintain such a solid worker count despite losing over 20.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's actually okay here. He does have his 4th fully established. I don't think we actually have a 5th base down for BreakingGG yet, which is very weird to see from Berserk. I'm not going to lie. It doesn't look right.
Yeah, as a result, he maybe had to do a little bit more damage. Like, I would say that BreakingGG still has a lot of momentum going his way. As YoungZest is doing Protoss things, we have a 2nd, a 3rd Stargate on the way alongside a Fleet Beacon. He's looking to turtle up. And what you said about XY, YoungZest, he wants to do the same.
I really like this decision. I feel like with the way that BreakingGG is playing, he would love to have the game plan of just crashing into a 5th over and over again, constantly denying it and shipping off gateway units every single time until YoungZest eventually bleeds out. And for YoungZest to be like, no, I'm just going to turtle up on 4 bases. I'm going to get these carriers going. I think that's a really good decision.
Yeah, we'll see if he can keep up here, as BreakingGG is going to do his best to try to once again get into the economy and try to slow down his opponent's storms. Are going to be denying this Baneling run by at least, but that was quite a big investment. We'll see if BreakingGG can find another avenue of attack. He hasn't scouted the transition yet, I don't believe, but he does at least have a Spire on the way.
Yeah, so that's Spire. Very good little safety measure here. Hive's on the way as well, so once he sees his carriers starting to come out, he will be able to react. As we do kind of see him, I feel like he's got to be starting to get a little bit suspicious now about YoungZest not trying to take a 5th.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm a little bit concerned because he has so much tied up in this army and Roach Ravager Lingbane. He hasn't been able to make use of it yet. He has at least droned. He's droned up to 80. Now we have a fifth base on the way for BreakingGG. It's a very late fifth, but at least it is in production as he's looking towards a bit of a later game. Meanwhile, YoungZest, he's already got his first wave of carriers coming out.
Yeah, first wave of carriers is coming. We're going to get a deny on this fifth, but at the same time, YoungZest was also able to get a revelation down and see the timing of that Spire, and I feel like that's really useful here. BreakingGG's going for Broodlords. Oh, this is not good for him.
Yeah, he doesn't know, Papi. The babies are rolling! Oh, and they do take down the entire mineral line. 21 probes go down. It may not matter that he doesn't know it's Skytoss, but this is what you were talking about at the start of the broadcast, talking about how BreakingGG, he loves to rush into Broodlords against Terran at times and even against Protoss.
Yeah, and normally on this map, I would really like it, but YoungZest is so far ahead on his transition, and I feel like if I can see this game ending with BreakingGG just dumping a huge amount of money into Broodlords and thinking that he's going to be moving in and surprising YoungZest, and then YoungZest pulling the Uno reverse and rocking up with like 9 carriers and just ending the game.
I mean, what you just said, I'm pretty sure that happened a couple of weeks ago in WTL when we casted BreakingGG. I'm pretty sure you sparked an inner memory that has occurred before. As here we go, the carriers are about to reveal themselves. Corruptors are thankfully on the way as BreakingGG is rolling into that natural base. He's looking for some damage, some kind of value here for his Lingbane.
Yeah, the Lings trickling in one by one. It looks like we have finally walled it off here. We're going to be losing a few more probes here. And a nice run by coming in at this fourth. There's really not that much here to defend.
Yeah, not much to defend. A massive storm does connect with the Roach Ravager army on the left-hand side, though it looks like the fourth base is going to be broken. Meanwhile, YoungZest, he's got to make a choice. Does he defend this base? No, he doesn't. He's going for a massive counterattack.
Yeah, absolute chaos and pandemonium raining down. BreakingGG desperately trying to get out enough Corruptors to deal with this carrier counterattack, but if these carriers can start taking out Corruptors, there might not be anything left to deal with them.
Yeah, exactly. We have a lot of Stalkers on the ground as well to help support these carriers. A lot of Roaches are falling left and right. Corruptors are on the way, but they are getting picked off one after the other, and the base is being broken.
I feel like YoungZest might be doing it. We were so surprised to be seeing him picked out as the ace player, but it might have been a genius stroke here as he is looking like he's in a fantastic position.
True, we were wrong. Actually, Cham and Nice were available. ReWhite as well. They all raised their hands. They all wanted to play. But no, YoungZest, he stepped in. He knew that he was the ace player. He knew that he could pull it off. We have the Vipers coming out. Power bombs are thrown down on these carriers, but they're not really going to do too much here. The Corruptors, they cannot get close. They can't really do anything.
He said he got everyone in the Zoom call, huddled them all around, and he said, guys, you know what I'm going to do? Carriers. And Cham and Nice, they were like, say less, turn their cameras off. They left. And, actually, this is getting interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the Corruptors are all dead.
Oh, yeah, the Archons are here now.
Yeah, the Archons have arrived. There's no anti-air remaining, and it is getting interesting in favor of YoungZest as he's pushing on forward here. He's getting towards the natural base as well. We have Roaches and Lings in production, not Corruptors. We don't have an answer for this.
BreakingGG is sinking deeper and deeper into his chair. It is setting in. He can beat Nice, but he can't beat YoungZest. GG.
GG gets called the pop-off. GG gets called as YoungZest, aka Potato, the ace player for Starlight Twinkle for his debut. By the way, this is his debut in WTL, and he wins his game.
Amazing, and what an amazing way to do it. He pretty much guarantees that Starlight Twinkle is not going to get relegated at the end of this season. So that was such a vital set for him to win, and he pulls through for his team in their last match, the World Team League.
Never a doubt.